Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Jolene, hello, hello. Howdy, howdy. Get this last. This needs to go over here. Pop that out right there. Put that there. Okay. I think we're ready. We are ready. Yep. Got my water, got my art, got the chat. I think we're good to go. How's everybody doing today? Everybody had a good week. Busy, 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 busy. Okay. We got a new music channel. We got some rugby to draw. Maybe I'll do a very geometric. I didn't want to do lo-fi today because it keeps getting content claimed, so I'll try something else before I give Pretzel the boot. It's funny because like I'm getting claimed for songs that aren't the songs that are playing. So I'm pretty sure they're just people just trolling. So I've disputed them all and they've all been confirmed as bad, but it's just annoying that I have to do it every time. Doing pretty well, a bit busy. Hopefully I'll be able to stay for longer. Nice. It's been a busy month, which is good. Last month was pretty chill, like just very laid back, which probably is a good thing for me needing to heal up. Yesterday on Twitch, it was like 3 people all day, so hopefully today will be a little busier. Yeah, trying to make it my normal, just chill days. I'm gonna put this chat over here. That way I can not have to look around as much. Scoot over. Okay, I'm gonna draw a chunk B today. We got a lot of good suggestions. It is Wednesday. It is the viewer suggestion. Got a lot of really good ones. Lots of birthday wishes. Thank you. I appreciate that. Birthday was on Sunday, so no stream this year, but that's all right. Drawings. Adventure Fox. Hello, hello. Welcome in. We're warming up with a little goblin rugby here, and then we'll jump into the viewer suggestions. People have a suggestion they'd like to see, just let me know. I will put it on the list. I have all of the ones collected from the community post already on the list. Nord, hello, hello. Come in. I'm gonna try to keep going with this, like having a little bit of color in the line art. It's kind of interesting. It's changing the way my brain works a little bit, which is good. Let's do a really short rugby and really long legs. Oh, man, that might be too long. It's like Slenderman long legs. My scene is wrong. Oh, I haven't been showing off the rugby this whole time. Well, there we go. You're welcome. Lawn's pretty good. But, yeah. Tall boy rugby is probably better. Bionic, hello, hello. Now no one will ever know if I really drew this or not. Did anybody else watch Ego Raptor's new animation? It came out like 2 months ago, I think, but... Drew, welcome back. Hope your computer's working again. Wonderful. Okay. Sounds right. It's something like so he basically did an animation about working at a certain mouse theme park, but there's a character in there that's essentially like someone in a mascot costume, and it's really funny. Reminded me of Creepy Legs. Rude. Oh yeah. When he does animation stuff, I like to call him Eagle Raptor because that's the channel name. You are absolutely correct. But it is always weird that I know him by two names. It's funny. Everybody does. But, yeah. Like when I was little, I guess younger, because the internet wasn't around when I was little. Eagle Raptor. Yeah. Basically, they were just like, never give out your real name on the internet. Don't let people know your real name on the internet. And that, yeah, super good advice. And now it's just like, anybody can find you at any point in time, so it doesn't fucking matter. It's just like... Yeah. So I'm of two minds. At this point, it feels weird to go by my real name, so just go by Rook for now. Yeah. The other thing about I've been thinking about doing like a face reveal, or at least start doing like face streams, maybe with the mask or not with the mask. I don't know yet. I've been thinking about it. So I think we do that at like 10,000 subs, which we're getting close to. So, but even with that, like people on the internet know my name. I'm on the internet. I'm around, but all of my art stuff is Rookzer0. So I'll just leave that with that. I've been drawing a lot of like puppet rugby lately. I don't know if I need to. That's true. That's true. But I think I'm leaning into the puppet drawing. Maybe I'll make a puppet channel. Maybe I should make a puppet of myself. Craftsman style. The Craftsman. Yeah, I think I put it in the Patreon chat today. I need to figure out a system for that better. I've because of my eye over the last few months, I've not been shaving as often. Tips on drawing the rectus abdominis. Is that like the lower abs? Because I feel like that's okay. The trick that I've discovered is tubes. Draw lots of tubes. That's kind of your general trick, though, right? Like, that's just good practice. Like, S-curves is just good practice. Yeah, tubes. Really, I think that's the big thing. Is just trying to get the volume and like the S curves. Oh, I can't even talk today. S curves gives you that that dimensionality, right? Because like unless you're looking at something that is cylindrical, which abs are basically, tubes. They're packs of meat. Unless you're looking at it directly, you're gonna have some that is contracted and some that is not stretched. Yeah, stretched and squashed. Yeah, so like you're gonna have those little bits of variation in there. And so the same thing with the abs. The abs are just very squat, very square. A lot of times you'll see people drawing abs, like they draw the character from the front and they're like, I did it. And it's like, oh, that works. But like, this is a muscle, this is a muscle, this is a muscle. And then it slowly becomes what you want it to look like. Yeah. Okay, that's a good warm-up. Good question. Thank you for the question. We're gonna roll some dice. We're gonna see who and what we're gonna draw today. What have we got? Neuralex, hello, greetings from Germany. What's the plan for today? We are doing the viewer suggestion. So if people have submitted their one sentence D&D/tabletop RPG character suggestions onto the viewer suggested comments, I've collected those onto a list, and if you have a suggestion that is not on the list, you are welcome to suggest it here in the chat, and I will add it to the list. We're going to roll some dice, and we're going to see what we're going to draw today. So, now remember, I wanted to repost the Skunk Pepe Le Pew Tabaxi idea. It has not been drawn yet, I don't believe. I will add that to the list. See, got tricked into drawing hips. Joke's on you, I didn't draw any hips. I almost drew hips. Yeah, all right, I drew hips. It's fine. Also, is the eye back on track? Can't watch much these days, but work sucks. Business, hello. My eye is... I can see shapes again, which is pretty cool. I can't yet read anything. Like, I can see things on screens again, which is new. Because, like, the last few days, it's just been, like, a screen is just a blurry shape. But I can see some things now. I just can't read yet. So it's on track. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow, so I won't be streaming. If I do, it'll be later. And yeah, that's it. I think I still have another. It's supposed to take like 3 to 4 months to like fully heal up. And we're on month, I think 1. I think we just on the 11th it was 1 month. So we're about halfway there. Hopefully it will start improving rather quickly. How muscular do you draw your women? I mean, that depends. Yeah, it really depends. I have a general way. I mean, if you're 18 and you go to the Discord, I guess it's on the this is not safe for work tab in the Discord. I've had some women I draw. I usually draw them like that. Maybe a little thicker than not. Healthy. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Yeah. I definitely draw people longer than they are. It's just like I like the superhero physique. Like, so I draw guys very top heavy. I draw women kind of more bottom heavy. So I do it. I like it. Can no longer doodle on the stream. Yeah, I have it set up so that like Druid's back, so I think it's just gonna be Druid and I today, unless other of the mods want to jump in. Wormick, thank you very much. Yeah, it should be healing up. Hopefully, like I said, tomorrow going back to the doctor. They're just checking up on me every couple of weeks, make sure things are going okay. Last time I was there, they said it looked good, and now we just have to wait for all the blood to get out of the way. So they did tell me it was going to get worse before it got better, and I think this is what they were talking about, because like it was basically my vision. If you guys want a quick update, the first day my vision looked like this. I just had like a big black blunk in my eyeball, and everything around this was like clear. I just couldn't see anything. And now it's essentially like looks like this. There's no more big chunks, but like all of this is just blurry. I just can't see anything. So it is getting better though. Like every day I wake up and it's like, oh yeah, there's a little bit more, a little bit more is cleared up. And it's just like blah, 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 blah. So we're slowly getting there. I'd say my vision is kind of like this right now. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good example. Also, why are you drawing if your vision's dead? Well, I need to work. I need to make money. I gotta pay for them doctor bills. Yeah. Yeah, like my eyes aren't strained or anything. This was very much a mechanical thing. It was an aneurysm in one of the vessels in my eye, which was most likely caused by my stress about Skip Cat and my high blood pressure. So I am dealing with both of those things, and I'm back on track, and I'm on a healthier diet. My blood pressure is back to a normal range, which is great. Which has not been that way for 2 or 3 years, 5 years maybe. So yeah, so I'm generally healthier now. I just still have this. I have a bruise. I have a giant bruise inside my eyeball that we're just hoping will heal up. So yeah, that's the update. I am doing well. I'm drinking lots of water, not eating salt, making my own pizza dough now again. Less sugar, less salt. I'm using what did I make? I made a whole wheat pizza dough. That was really good. It cooked up real fast. Nice. Using goat cheese. Goat cheese is amazing. I love goat cheese. I can't find my dice. There's one. I tried making Greek yogurt ranch dressing because I want ranch dressing because I like it. I accidentally used a tablespoon of garlic instead of a teaspoon of garlic, and it burned my mouth. So I went online and I looked. I'm like, oh, I don't have dried chives and I don't have any parsley. So I ordered those. Hopefully they'll be here today, and then I'm gonna make it with. I'm just gonna use sour cream. Turns out sour cream not that bad for me. Got a little bit of fat in it, but not a lot of salt. So we're gonna go with that. I rolled a 1. Yeah. Which I can't eat cheese, but I think a little bit of it will be all right. So I'm making concessions. Yeah, sour cream is better than like whole milk for me for sure. So yeah, I went and got some what the hell was it? Kefir? Because Druid's like, yeah, it's great. I'm like, oh yeah, cool. I'm gonna get that. It's made out of goat milk. I love it. It's not made out of goat milk. It's made out of cheese, like regular milk. And I had like half a cup of it, and I almost died. It was awful. So I still can't drink that. And then I was talking to Corvus, and he's like, no, you're supposed to make that with water. And I was like, oh, not the milk stuff. Yeah. It's essentially yogurt. Yeah. Drinkable yogurt, which apparently is not great for me. All right, hold on, I gotta catch up on chat here. Hold on. I draw both men was very muscular. I could carry away with magnificent art. Also, why y'all drawn? Yeah, I guess I read it. Sorry. You can get aneurysms in your eye? Yeah, apparently so. Yeah. Yep. Critical fail or success. Let's find out. So let's see. I rolled a 1. A ruthless, cunning adult red dragon barbarian. Not dragonborn, just dragon barbarian with a mechanical arm. Well, maybe it is a dragonborn. It's an army of kobolds. Adult red dragon. It says adult, which makes me think not dragonborn. So we've got a red dragon barbarian. I like that. We'll do that. I would say critical success. I think that's a good one. Let me delete this row. There we go. Okay. Can I make a suggestion? Yeah, you can. Business, you're very welcome to. I'll add it to the list when you do. As long as you haven't already. Yep. I need to add the skunk tabaxi. Which I think tabaxi skunks. Good call. I think that's a good call. Using the tabaxi as a base for skunk folk. Instead of a claw, maybe you just have a stink. How thick do you draw the thighs on men? It depends. Like I don't have a standard way to do it. You'd have to check out my body of work, which is on ArtStation or YouTube. Yeah, check it out. Or on Discord. I draw lots of Discord. I can't top that. I can't top that. Yeah. Can you draw Xanthar eating a Kenku? No. Rule 3, which is on the community post, is no fan art. And that seems very specifically fan art. So. Gotta be an original character. A shadow in the shape of a mushroom man. Any shadow or something around it. Lord Dio, we're not doing a drawings. Like we could do that later, but not. 1, YouTube doesn't like butts. 2, doesn't like a lot of things. What are the rules? Yeah, so the rules are a 1 sentence, usually encapsulating like the race and class of your character. No mimics, no fan art. Those are the rules. You gonna go see the D&D movie? I probably will. We've talked a little bit about like the like don't support Blizzard. Yeah, don't support Blizzard either. Don't support the Wizards of the Coast. But yeah, I can't not do it just because. Yeah, I don't need to make an excuse for it. Like I want to see it. I want to support the people that made it. I want to support the actors. Unfortunately, that means supporting Wizard WotC, and it is what it is. There are some things that I will not be buying from. I probably won't be buying any of the D&D 1 books, most likely because they're going to be digital and it's going to be a huge thing. I might check it out, but I don't have a plan on adjusting to that. I'm most likely going to be supporting Paizo in the future. But that being said, their movie department has always been bad, and I want to see if they did better. So we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be hot garbage, I bet. But I want to see. I want to see if it's hot garbage. So, can we draw Tabaxi Monk on the open hand? Yeah, I'll add that to the list. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. And then Shadow. It looks campy, which I'm okay with. I think that's kind of a good way. There's definitely a case to be made for like dark, grungy Dungeons and Dragons. But I think campy Dungeons and Dragons is also good. So Curl the Goblin. Is that campy or dark and edgy? Mimics are hard to view. Let's see. We got a why are mimics banned? So mimics are banned because yeah, Hashy Brown is right. Mimics are hard to convey unless you want mimic. That's a bad thing as a mimic. The other problem is we got into a habit of every time I drew something, what if it was a mimic? Draw it like a mimic. Now draw that again, but as a mimic. And it's when everything is everything, nothing is anything. And that just annoys me. So it's just kind of a less confusing thing. I also have an argument about changelings. Like if people ask for a changeling, I will always draw it in its changeling form. Because if you're drawing like, oh, can you draw me this human that's actually a changeling? It's like, no. I'm just gonna draw you a changeling. So if somebody ever does want to mimic, like we have done one or two mimic draws in the past, like it has to be specifically like an item mimic, right? I won't draw people as mimics because it's just, and this is a character drawing channel, so that's the reason. It's more of just a stem the tide of people being memey. See the rules from 6E and you like and ditch the rest. Yeah. I think D&D 1 is essentially them rebranding D&D for a digital medium, which is fine. I think that's totally fine. And I think in 10 years, it's probably going to be a great system. But I'm not interested in rebuying everything right now, which is pretty normal. Like when Pathfinder 2nd edition came out, I bought the playtest book, which is awesome. And then I bought the book when it came out, and then I waited like 2 years before I did anything else, just because I want them to have time to do stuff. So, have you ever tried playing a mimic? I mean, I'm a DM. I've used a lot of mimics in my games. I love mimics as monsters. I even started a why you should play a mimic video, and I got so mad at it that I stopped. So one day it'll come out. Yep. I mean, essentially that's what happened, and then I did the changeling video because I was like, changelings are stupid. And then I did the mimic video and I was like, mimics are stupid. So one day. Yeah, that's essentially my argument. If you want to be a changeling, like you should play a doppelganger. You should lean really, really hard into the monstrous side of it and understand it. Don't play a changeling because you can't decide what race to play. So that's my only argument for that. Same thing with a mimic. If you want to be a mimic, like you probably should be real dumb, and you should probably not be able to talk. And you are this like sentient slime, which is essentially what a mimic is, which I talked about in the slime video too. And you just kind of hang out. Like you can follow the party around. I'm fine with that, but it really should be more of a mindless effect, which I'm okay with. So like if you want to play Gelatinous Cube, same thing. Like there are ways to be intelligent and have fun, but like maybe you can't talk. That'd be totally fine with that. I kind of like those over the I can't decide what I want to play, so I'm just going to play everything. Which not everybody does. There are people that do that, and I'm not for that, but it happens. Can I suggest a changeling that got a blank face next week? Yeah. I mean, I think that's okay. I've done that before, I think. Slenderboard. Yep. And Dio was asking about how to draw the butt. References. That's all I gotta say. Go look at some butt. The big thing, like, maybe don't type in butt insertion on the internet. Gluteus maximus muscle insertion points. Very specific. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of great. The other thing you can do, and I will say this for everyone, not just drawing the butt. When you want to draw something and you're not really sure how to do it, or you want to improve on it, it's a good idea to search for one, the muscle types, like you said, and then the next thing is to add your stylization to it. So if you want to draw an anime style, add that into your searches, because then you can see how people do it in those styles, because all the styles are different, right? And you might find something that you like from one style that you don't normally look at, or something that is kind of unique from what you would normally see, and that might help you improve, because you're like, oh, that curve is a little different, or like the fat folds are a little different in this style. I like that, and you can incorporate it into your own style. So always remember that when you're doing references, it doesn't have to just find all of the different variations of something so that your brain can add it all together, and then you can create your own instance of it. So yeah. It does. It takes a long time. But that's really the key of references, is not just to... I tell people all the time, I use references, and they're just like, oh, I want it to come out of my mind. It's like, well, unless you put a lot of references and a lot of ideas in your head, you're not going to have a large visual vocabulary to be able to draw things. So, like, reading comics, watching anime, watching cartoons, all of those are great, like, for doing that. Yeah. I remember when I was a freshman in art college, they kept telling us, look, get a mood board, just have all your stuff there. I'm like, that's stupid. And now it's just like, they're amazing. Like, having tons and tons of references and a place where you can just throw references is amazingly helpful. And I really do think it was just my arrogance of like, I draw everything from my mind. It's like, shut up, use reference. Like, I've definitely been in that place. Like, references are great. So, how to draw a butt, start with a P. Oh no, let me check. Oh no, nope, the Discord audio is muted for some reason. Hold on. I don't think it's you. I think it is the Discord audio. Let me check. Someone talk in Discord? Yeah, the Discord audio is apparently broken. I'm so sorry. I've been talking to nobody for the last hour, guys. Let's For some reason, it's going to voice channel cat instead of. Here, hold on a second. Let me delete this. Okay, give that a try. Nope. For some reason, it's only mapping out the Discord or voice channel chat. How about that?
Interesting.
Yeah, that's really weird. Hold on a second. Oh. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, it just didn't see the recording in progress. Try now.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Corvus says he hears me. That's good. Woo!
People are probably really confused why I said butt insertion earlier. Druid, if you want to go back over that, I would appreciate it for context.
Yeah. Okay. So, when you look for a muscle reference, when you look for anatomy reference, it can be helpful to look for the origins and insertions of muscles. The origin of a muscle is where it attaches to bone, and the insertion is where it attaches to either tendon or other muscle. And understanding those two things can help you kind of figure out contour and like volume, as well as like which direction the muscle pulls and how it kind of changes shape when flexed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, all I remember
But yeah,
about
also
this...
don't Google butt insertion.
Yeah.
And probably not Sailor Moon juicy ass.
Put it on your mood board. Good, broken, not too bad. Okay. Arcane Archer is fun, but its magic arrows are few I use. Monk is much kind of broken, so it counts great. Oh, what's the party look like? I had to help throw the party short. Usually Monk or Barbarian. Gotcha. Starting a shared campaign and can't decide on what character to use. Should I do an Arcane Archer, Monk of the Open Hand, Assassin, Barbarian, Path of the Ancestral Guardian? Those are very spread out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you basically have a tank, a pseudo tank, and a ranged damage dealer. The Arcane Archer, I think, is fun, but I really think you can do better with just a regular ranger or a fighter with a bow and a magical bow. So the Arcane Archer class is really cool, and I wish it was a little more versatile. But I like it. So yeah.
What am I rolling, by the way?
A D30.
Oh.
No, hold on, let me check.
Okay.
It's pretty high up there.
D20 plus a D10. Got it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a... Yep. Do that.
10.
10. A raccoon battle steed. Wearing werebear style armor. Made out of tin cans and trash. So, an armored raccoon is what I'm getting out of that.
An armored dumpster diver.
Yep. Okay, all I remember about this red dragon, which I kind of remember now that I don't know what red dragons look like. I should get some references, but I think they're stockier than I'm giving them credit for. With a mechanical arm. I don't remember what class this was supposed to be. It's been too long. Barbarian. Okay, that should be easy enough then. Boris, thank you for checking on the sound. I appreciate that. Probably should have used red for this dragon. Army of raccoons versus army of kobolds by medicinal raccoons. Probably. Kobolds have... Well, I guess they all kind of have thumbs. I don't know if raccoons have thumbs.
They do not. But they do have 5 horrifyingly human-like fingers.
Yeah. Gimme.
That went fox very fast.
New video Friday. I'm calling it. Druid was right. It took me 2 weeks longer than I thought it would, but
I'm always right.
pretty damn close.
I mean, you could really bang them out probably if you didn't care so much about them being good quality.
Yeah, that's really the problem, is that like the original videos I did were just like do the art, slap the video on top of the audio, send it out. It's like, oh yeah, I can do 2 of these a week. And now it's like, yeah, like yesterday on Monday, was it Monday? No, it was Monday. I spent 8 hours solid just working on the animation, and I was like, dang it. So
Might be worthwhile investing in that model.
Model. Oh, so I have like an avatar that animates when I talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do live actions like that, but no, I'm pretty happy with what I'm doing.
I mean, I enjoy what you're doing.
I was watching a video about this guy's like, who is it? I don't remember the name. I don't usually watch them. It was just a video that came up. They were like recoding an old Mario game or something. Oh, they were building Flappy Birds. That's what it was. They were rebuilding Flappy Birds in Unreal. But their avatar was just a T-Rex with a t-shirt. And it was just like, it would pop up and then it would flip and then it would flip back. And I'm like, that's lazy. And then I was like, oh God, am I doing that? Is that how it was? And I had an existential crisis. So I don't know. There's such a weird gap between, like just the talking head videos where people just talk into which is pretty common, for D&D content. And yeah, like the completely fully animated avatars. There's just a huge range you can get between those, and still trying to figure out what I'm doing.
Yeah, I really like the popsicle stick animation.
Popsicle sticks. I don't know that one. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Popsicle stick anime. Okay. Yeah, those are clever. I've seen a few of those. But then you have to have that's a puppet, right? That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yep.
I could go to puppets.
I mean, you can make it into a
Showcase DM.
model,
Hello.
but it's not as, I don't feel as straightforward as just making a puppet.
Yeah, no, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of planning that goes into it. Rook VTuber reveal win. I did one as Rugby a few months ago. That was funny. Dalcor made me one.
Yeah.
Made a little Rugby VTuber. I downloaded the program to make my own, and I got super distracted, and I hated it. So
it's pretty fiddly.
Yeah. It'd be great if you started mixing in live action shots with yourself just for like one-liners and stuff. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about, because I did some funny stuff in the new video that I'm pretty happy with, but like I was thinking about like putting the mask on and doing a few bits, and I was like, and then that turned into a week of me not doing anything because I just kept thinking about it and planning it. So the videos are weird, and I've been doing so many commissions lately that I just I'm gonna say I haven't enjoyed making the videos recently because I haven't made one in 2 months, right? But like every time I sit down to do it, it's like I could also be doing this, and then I usually just start another project. So I'm trying to figure that out. I want to keep making them. It takes some time to like get into the right mindset to do it. Let me see. I still don't know if we can shout out people on YouTube. But if you guys haven't checked out OKSDM, I highly recommend it.
I don't know if there's any way to shout out on YouTube.
I think I can just grab the channel link. Do that real quick. There you go. Let me give a quick shout out. I will be starting. Hopefully, I'll be starting a commission for their. I always forget the name. It's an agnostic game book, and I always want to make sure I say it right. SAGAS. I don't know how to say that out loud. But yeah, go check it out. It's great. So we'll be working on some cool art for that tomorrow, I think. Unless my eye gets super dilated or something by the doctor, which has been prone to happen.
Last time I went to the optometrist and they dilated my eye. Oh, it was bad.
Last time I was there, maybe the time before. It was the time before, I think. The lady's like, we're going to dilate both your eyes. I was like, okay. And she's like, let's just do one. And I was like, okay. And then the doctor came in. He's like, why didn't you dilate both eyes? And she's like, I thought we needed one. He's like, nah, let's do both. And they were like, well, it's been too long since we gave you the other one, so we're going to super dilate this eye. I was like, okay. And I couldn't see for like 10 hours. It was bonkers. Setting a genre agnostic system. Yeah. Really cool idea. Can you draw a Tabaxi monk on the open hand? Yeah, Cat Master. I wrote that on the I have it on the list. And the way we do this is we draw stuff and then we roll the dice and the dice decide. So it is on the list. I have it for you, and we'll see if it gets drawn.
The dice gods will determine if it ends up being drawn.
Yeah. It's not up to me. It's up to the dice gods. Druid, I'm gonna vaguely draw wings over here, but I'm not gonna do anything with them. So
Okay.
we kind of steal the space a little bit.
I can downsize a little bit.
No, I'm not gonna draw any more than that. That's all I'm doing. I just want.
I mean, I kind of need to anyway because he keeps growing on me.
It's just a giant trash panda. I was talking to I think Corvus yesterday about raccoons, and are they closer related to bears than rodents? Is that what it was? Or dogs? Can't remember. They're not rodents.
No, they are not rodents.
They are closer to bears. Okay. I think we were talking about the Tanuki and stuff.
Yeah.
Tanuki video when? And no idea. As soon as YouTube will let me say balls 30,000 times in a video.
Oh, right. Because that's definitely
So never.
part of
Yes,
it.
never.
You have to get very creative with the censor.
Very related to trash. Bears are related to dogs. Yeah, but it's just a matter of which direction.
And how close they are in the family.
Yep.
Okay, robot dragon arm. I think I'm going to stop here. I want to give him like a shoulder pad. Maybe we'll do that. We'll give him a shoulder pad, then we'll call it. Really make him look like a barbarian. Barbarian. That is an inside joke that probably makes sense to nobody.
I am super tempted to draw 4 or 5 brownies from Willow riding this thing. Because I cannot think of a more appropriate mount for a raccoon.
I think a temple for my campaign, what shape for the inside should be.
It kind of depends a lot on the type of temple. Because like the insides of temples have a lot of ceremonial meaning.
Yeah, I would just pick up like a basic shape, either go round or like hexagonal, maybe pentagonal. I don't know, depending on how much we want the power. Is it a religion for everybody, or is it a religion about one person? I usually just make them square because it's easier to put on a map. Square, rectangular. I also grew up super Catholic though, so like I'm used to rectangles.
And I designed mine very kind of multi-chambered and designed mostly after like the tabernacle in the Bible.
Oh my god, I rolled a 1 again.
In the Old Testament, because I was raised Mormon.
Oh, that's a very specific style. Yeah.
It is a very specific style. I also pull a lot from ancient Egypt, just because I think a hypo style hall is such an excellent battle setting. Which if for anybody who doesn't know, a hypo style hall is a specific thing in ancient Egyptian temples, where it's a room that leads into the rest of the temple, and it has way more columns than it needs, and they're always decorated like reeds or papyrus,
Nice.
and it's a room that signifies, I believe, the creation of the world, if I'm remembering my art history correctly.
I rolled a 1 again, so I got a female Goliath, adopted and raised by nobles, who uses necromancy. Fancy necromancy, Goliath. Like it. Nope. No. Okay. There we go. Getting like necromantic She-Hulk vibes.
Hell yeah, that sounds awesome.
Just like pantsuit and skulls.
Always has to have a skull.
How wild and crazy do I want to make the eyes on this baby?
Beady eye.
Stephen Word. Ravenous. Do you think a Goliath raised by nobles would not have tattoos?
I don't know. I can tell you a Goliath raised by Mormons would not.
True. Unless they were born with some kind of a tattooing.
That's kind of my question. It's like,
I guess it would depend on how early.
I thought that the specifics of the Goliath culture was, like the tattoos I think are supposed to be kind of based off of what is it, Maori?
Yeah,
It's definitely a Polynesian thing where you tattoo.
You get them for symbolizing events in their life
Yeah.
Gotcha.
and whatnot. Yeah.
So I
Weird.
wouldn't think they come out of the womb with markings.
We are drawing a noble Goliath necromancer.
A noble Goliath necro. So a priest.
That's kind of what I'm going for, yeah.
I think avoid the face and neck tattoos then, but otherwise, I say give him some really cool death-related ink.
Arm and hand tattoo.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Crazy. That'd be awesome.
Which is kind of a shame because with Goliath Necromancer, you like that is a really good opportunity to go whole hog on the skull mask tattoo.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Then again, I could just give her a skull mask.
Although nobility, that would be the hoity-toity looking down at everybody because they're Goliath. So they're always giving you the looking down the nose look.
That's true.
All Goliaths do that anyway. They're like 8 feet tall.
Sure. Yeah.
That's a fair point. I'm gonna tip the head up a little bit.
Yeah, nobility really is all in the way that you carry yourself, right?
Didn't even know Goliaths could have hair until recently. Yeah, they like the females have hair.
Mm-hmm.
think canonically the men are all sandy smooth.
Yeah, they're supposed to be. I mean, the original design was rock, rock elemental scions, giants,
Yeah.
like half rock giants. So like, there's a. They're used to, instead of having hair, which is my Orion video talks about this a little bit. Like they have basically rock chunks coming out of their head for hair, but then the females still have ponytails, so whatever. If they tend to go more rocky, I will do that instead. But 5e has them as more just like Stone's Endurance is kind of the only leftover.
Yeah.
Which was one of the main reasons why Travis's character getting that built was such a big deal to him.
Yeah. Giant voodoo lady. Yeah, that sounds about right. Lips are a little too low. Gotta make her buff.
With the Goliath, yeah. Although noble folk can be kind of portly.
Could have robes on them that hide the muscles, but you just get the hint. Oh, dude.
I feel like a Goliath wouldn't do that. I feel like a Goliath would just be yoked. Be yoked and not care.
Yeah, I feel like anybody who is yoked just is yoked and doesn't care.
That's fair.
So I agree with you.
Yeah, I guess it would depend if they have to wear like a uniform.
It's true.
As somebody who wishes they were yoked and didn't have to wear clothes.
Well,
Maybe add some more saw muscles? What are saw muscles? Is that a thing I don't? I feel like that's a joke that I'm about to get punked with. Necromancers should all be clerics. Fight me. Change my mind, I guess.
Or as long as wizards cannot heal, I would agree with you.
I mean, you can tell how muscly he is under that shirt.
It's true.
Lord.
Hmm?
Said all necromancers should be wizards.
Oh, boo.
Period.
Too much power. Can't be trusted.
Necromancers can't be trusted anyways.
Well, wizards doubly so. Never trust a wizard.
Anybody who can use magic and doesn't have an implicit moral code that governs that magic should not be trusted, regardless of class.
Alright, I'll side with you on that one.
That's fair.
I mean, they could be lawful evil.
And that's better how?
I'm not saying that it's necessarily better.
It just means they're slavers, probably.
They follow a very specific set of rules that you may or may not agree with.
I'm not talking specifically about lawfulness or code. I'm talking about general comparative morality.
Okay, we're getting a little pedantic here. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Subject changed.
Tell me how that's my fault.
No, it's not your fault. I'm just gonna stop it. I'm just gonna stop it before it goes anywhere else.
Fight me!
Fight me. That was a what the hell is it?
Loaded question.
It was, yes, but I was being hyperbolic.
Yeah.
I didn't actually expect anybody to fight me on it.
I wasn't really gonna fight you. I was just
Yeah, no, me neither. I was trying to be lighthearted. I had enough of the internet being assholes when earlier today when I was watching a person who's developing a video game live on Twitch, and I think that is not a good idea because they did some game balance stuff, and it wasn't even like a nerf. It was just moving stuff around, and everybody lost their goddamn minds.
I don't like change.
How dare you take this away from me? I don't care if it's early in alpha.
What was the Blizzards used to freak out because there were so many people playing Warlock because it was overpowered that whenever they would nerf it, people would stop playing the game. And so they're like, okay, what if we stop nerfing it and we just start buffing everybody else? It's like, ugh. Great.
I mean, that's one way of doing it.
Yeah. It makes the power creep ridiculous, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But if it's the only way they can remain solvent and continue to engage with their audience, then...
Yep. We're going to put little skulls all over her arms, just everywhere.
Yeah. I think nerf is far too overused of a term.
I mean, I think it's pretty... yeah, game balancing, right? Like, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I think the word is still viable because you're softening something that should be dangerous.
sure. I just tend, well, I personally tend to think that,
That's a hot take. Explain.
well, nerfing would be like a change of a final product, right? Versus tuning is as you're making.
Yeah, that's fair. I think yeah, tuning characters is a good way to look at it too.
Explain the difference to a chat in real time in on Twitch.
I really
See
think
if anybody cares.
yeah, exactly. Like the difference is really just like saying something is nerfed means that we're lowering, right? Like we're lowering stat or numbers, we're changing things to make them less powerful.
Yeah, that's
so there's not a really good way to say that except like, oh, we're retuning them down, which sounds bad. So I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a company be like, well, we're nerfing this guy. It is just the way that people refer to it. Nerfs and buffs. That's how I look at it. So, what was the funny one? There was one, the Elden Ring one. Magic is performing much better than we anticipated. That was what it's like. No, this is broken. This is broken real bad.
Yeah, unintended knock-on effects.
Oops, that's the wrong chat. Hold on. Performing above expectations. There was a really funny way that someone said that was trying to say that a character was OP as balls. And I was just like, yeah, you think? Outperforming. Maybe that's what it was. They were outperforming other classes. Might have had something to do with, I think it was when we were playing WoW, because like 80% of the people were all playing the same class, and they were like, "Ooh, we don't understand why it's this way." It's like, well, because they're broken. They're super broken.
Yeah, like I remember the very first year of release of WoW, and that was the year of the Rogue.
Yep.
It was not fun.
Oh, it was Overwatch. That's what it was. There were like two exploits that people were doing with Bastion when they re-released it, and so they were like, we didn't understand that Bastion was going to be super overpowered, and he's in every single match, so we're removing him from the game. It's like, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Till we rebalance. His arm is throwing me through a loop here. That's better. Gotta get that foreshortening in there, right? I like this character. This is a fun character. She's got the sleeve tattoos.
It is a cool character. I like those tattoos. I am not surprised that it's all skulls.
You've seen how many times games like Overwatch and will keep tuning up everyone up and down based on players. Yeah, and that's I think for a long time they had an okay job at game balancing. Riot specifically, but then they discovered that if they didn't overtune characters on release, people wouldn't play them. So that's been their model for the last couple of years of just as soon as a character's released, they overtune them and then pull them back after 2 or 3 weeks, which I think is a little underhanded.
Bait and switch.
Yeah. But because they did release a few characters that were the problem was like Caitlyn was so powerful that there was a Caitlyn in every match, and then when they would release a new AD carry, people were like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna keep playing Caitlyn, and so no one would buy the character. So they have to coax people into buying the character early because by making them super overpowered, and it's a little frustrating. It's okay to say predatory, yeah.
I mean, it is.
it's also potentially a reasonable like marketing strategy.
Yeah.
That is reacting to the way people are choosing to play their game.
Yep. That's what happens when you have 1,000 characters. You have to figure out how to balance them all. It's like, yeah, let's just not balance them. God damn it. Get out of here. All right, I think I'm done with this character. I'm going to move on to the next one. This is a pretty good one.
Your business model is incentivized on selling new characters.
I wanted to give her like a headband. I'm not sure it's reading that way. It's just kind of reading as weird hair. That'll work. All right, rolling the dice. Do not roll a 1. 17. Okay, that's better. Earth Genasi, arcane trickster with a crystal mohawk.
Raccoons are so freaking grungly is the only word, and I know that that's not a word, but they like.
Did you say grungly?
Grungly. It's Karina's word specifically for Rafi. Yeah, they're just. I don't understand how they're not just rabies and matted fur all the time.
That's fair.
They clean themselves.
They wash their food.
I mean, I'll never eat one. It's just a bit too dangerous for me.
Oh no, I would never attempt to eat a raccoon.
Can you get rabies from eating raccoon?
Not if you cook it well enough.
But yeah, you have a higher chance of getting some sort of parasite from them because of they eat other animals.
I clean myself, but I'm still rabied and matted all the time. There you go. Dang it, I forgot the class on this already.
Arcane Trickster.
Arcane
It's
Trickster.
a rogue.
Yeah, thank you.
Like how an Arcane Archer is a fighter.
Yep. Oh, wait, is it? I thought it was a ranger subclass.
No, in 5th edition it's fighter.
What?
Because they knew no one would play it if they put it on ranger.
Interesting.
Yeah, action surge with a bow.
Yeah.
But see, what they should have done is they should have made it really awesome and put it on ranger so more people would play ranger.
Yep.
Yeah. But ranger's too specialized.
Yeah. Ranger should be a subclass.
Yeah.
Subclass or a just like an archetype anybody can take.
Yeah. I've been meaning to take a second look at the 2nd edition Pathfinder Ranger. I think it's probably my favorite iteration of Ranger.
It's like a druid fighter, isn't it? Which I kind of dig. Like I think that's a lot closer to what it should have been in the past.
Yeah.
What's your favorite type of dog? Do I grief? I would say my favorite type of dog, like Australian blue healers. I knew one of those. They were really nice. But like I also have owned huskies in the past. My sister had huskies growing up, and they were wonderful dogs and very annoying. And I'm glad that they were mine.
Super annoying, super energetic.
Yep.
Super divas.
I have 2 huskies next door that just. I bought new windows partially because they were so loud. Best ranger subclass in your opinion? Fighter. No, I'm kidding. I really like the Shadow Stalker. Or is that what it is? Gloomstalker? The Gloomstalker is amazing. It's so good.
I like the Fey Wanderer one. It's probably the most unique of the Rangers, or the Swarm Keeper.
Swarm Keeper is really cool too.
Yeah, it is. I'm not familiar with the Fey one at all.
Yeah, Jump Rope has played that one.
At high levels, they get like an on-demand Misty Step that they can just do, which is
That's
nice.
nice. Yeah. That's a spell that I've always wanted to have because it seems like a great to utilize, and I've never played a character that had access to it.
Should play an Eldrin. Get a little miniature jump.
I think also the Shadow Kai get a little shadow jump thing as well.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see, arm, forearm, hand. Wait, is the Qatar the punch dagger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is gonna have to be straight. Wherever their hand is, they need to have this straight fist.
Like the things that Volo uses in Soul Calibur.
Yeah. Raw sexuality. Creepy dude.
The first Soul Calibur character to ever actually have male anatomy placed on his model.
Just a weird place where they put it. I don't do Discord. I'm sorry to hear that. Someone here playtest a homebrew race for me. Ooh. I tested it once, but I also want someone else's opinion on it. Discord has a homebrew channel. Yep, you're very welcome to post that. If you don't do Discord, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not sure how we would do that for you.
You could post it in the subreddit.
Ooh. You could, yeah, you could post it on the subreddit. We do the Reddit. We don't really have a homebrew section for that. Maybe I should look into that.
There's your reference for Qatar if you needed one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Cool. Need a little bit more earth. Some rocky shoulders here. I want to show off the shoulders because, like, that's the Earth Genasi thing that I love the most. It's just like kind of rock chunks everywhere, especially if they have like this mohawk.
Yeah, the crystal mohawk. I'm excited to see.
Oh yeah, like a gemstone mohawk. That'd be awesome.
I think I'm just gonna have to draw a whole bunch of different facets and let it kind of be. There's a company, this is kind of morbid, but I discovered this the other day, that will turn your ashes into a gemstone.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, that's kind of awesome and kind of creepy.
You don't follow Ask a Mortician on YouTube,
I
do you?
don't. No, Jump Rope does, I think. So I know who that is, but I don't.
Yeah. There's way more interesting companies that will do way more wild things with your remains than make a gemstone out of your ashes.
Well, so speaking once again as someone raised like super Catholic, like most churches have like a bone or something of a saint.
Yeah.
You
Oh, yeah,
know?
totally.
Which a lot of people don't know.
This
And
is
so-
a finger bone of Saint whoever.
Francis.
yeah. And so, I mean, and that goes all the way back to like ossuaries and stuff. So,
Yeah.
so the concept of it is actually not bad, but it's just like, man, yeah, you could have like an amulet made from a dead relative. And I was like, I like this and also am terrified by it.
One of the more interesting ones I have seen showcased on Ask a Mortician, and this is totally a druid thing to do, is there's a company, I think it's only on the East Coast right now, but they will take your ashes and mix it into animal feed.
Oh, weird.
Oh yeah.
And like
Feed blocks.
yeah, like well, not quite feed blocks. They're kind of smaller. It's kind of like a power bar.
If the dogs
it's
don't eat me, I want to be fed to the dogs.
It's, yeah, no, it's definitely geared towards palate of bears and I mean probably raccoons, right? Like there's a lot of molasses in it, so
Yeah. Like molasses seeds and human ashes.
yeah. But like the whole idea is take the whatever's left of the remains that can safely be disposed and put it directly back into nature.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. When you said druid, I thought it was going to be the thing where you get turned into a tree, which I know it's not bad.
No, yeah. I mean, I would love to, and if I can ever manage to have some private land in which this is feasible, I would love to be planted under a tree.
I found
when I die.
I found some land like hours away from me for like super cheap. I was like, oh, I want it. I need $30,000. Oh, what I could do.
Come on, YouTube.
Yeah, come on, YouTube. I just need like 100,000 times more people to watch my videos that are watching currently, and I can buy some sweet land to bury druid on.
Hey, Markiplier, send some of your fans over here.
Sorry, Drew. This is the Rookzer0 community graveyard. What? This is where they put all their money. I don't know.
Yeah, community graveyard is probably a pretty good investment. As long as you don't only get access through Patreon.
Yeah, only Patreon members get.
Pay $500 now to reserve your own private plot.
I mean, it's not far off.
Cheap.
I mean, this is not far off from how buying gravestones work. Not gravestones, but like burial plots work right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
And then if the mortuary company is smart about investing and is able to provide a couple of other services.
That sounded very lewd. I don't know why.
That is not what I meant. But
I get what you're saying, but the way you said it was weird. That's one of my favorite quotes, and I don't remember what it's from. Might be a Game Grumps thing.
I wouldn't be surprised. My favorite Game Grumps bits are usually the ones where Dan reminds Aaron of something really funny that Aaron said and forgot about, and then Aaron like laughs uncontrollably for 30 minutes.
Just did. Sam and Max was really funny. I was sad that they didn't leave Sam and Max's voice going because I like Sam and Max. They were pretty funny. The voice acting was great. When I die, one of my ashes to be spread to Jotunheim. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I remember Sam and Max being a thing, and I remember not being allowed to watch, and now I understand why.
Yeah. Catholic Church opposes criminalizing homosexual activities. What is that? What? I'm having trouble with that sentence.
So they don't want to be criminalized.
Oh, okay.
The head honcho. Like,
Yeah.
they still disagree with it, but they don't want it criminalized.
Okay. That's I get what you're saying.
I mean, the current pope has been
Pretty chill.
Yeah, he's been pretty chill about that, and said some things that are way too, like, I mean, ostensibly they're super not liberal politically, but we're way too liberal for Justice Amy Coney Barrett. So
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me though.
Touching two things that we should not be talking about.
Religion and politics mixed together.
It's like, oh, that's not.
That's fair.
At least not on YouTube.
We are on YouTube. This is a dangerous topic for YouTube.
sorry.
Yeah.
Let me just say, I'm okay with the new pope.
Yeah, he's cool. He's done some douchey things, but like as popes go, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Compared to the freaking pope. The last pope was like Palpatine levels of weird.
Oh yeah, he looked like
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, what?
That's like also apparently incredibly short.
Oh yeah.
Like tiny of a man.
He was into like the gold shoes and everything.
Yep.
The new pope's
Hang
like,
on a
"Ah,
bit."
that's not what it's for." Okay, I think I'm done
Yeah,
with this one. I'm gonna give her some spiky elbow rocks. A shit ton of belts. So many belts. All rogues need lots of belts. we were playing Elden Ring yesterday, and we got into a bit of what was it? I thought of a really funny character. There was a rogue that could pass through doors, but could never use lockpicks. I don't know why that was so funny to me. It was because the game was glitching out and like some of us couldn't see doors. So, but it was like that would be a weird superpower to have. Of like, okay, listen, so doors can't stop me, but I can't unlock them. It's like this is the most useless rogue in existence.
Well, I mean,
There's
Yeah.
now buckle armor and thing in addition, by the way.
Comes with an unusual number of buckles. Nice.
Yep.
I like it. Phasing
It-
through walls is a staple of the Cypher system.
Excuse me. Oh, I'm dying. Not really, but some people said it's like a joke, like pointed towards Wayne Reynolds,
Oh, I bet, yeah.
because he adds so many unnecessary buckles to all of his designs.
Yep.
It's like, why is there just a random buckle here? It's like, I don't know, I like them.
I mean, it's affected my style. There's so many of them. All right. I think that's it. I think that's about right. Kind of half-assed the punch gloves. Could probably make these fists a little better. All right, I'm gonna go to the next one. Here we go. Down to 25.
Yeah.
25. 4. I'm rolling real low today. That was a different die too. Minotaur March is starting soon. Wait, what? I think somebody kept copying and pasting it from previous.
Yep.
Male muscular moose minotaur manhandler. That's a fortunate word to use. Menacingly murder. Okay. Moose, minotaur with muscles, barbarian. There we go. Those are the words I needed. Grapple barbarian.
I immediately know who posted that because of all the alliterations.
I bet I do too. I bet I do too. Oh, what's the drawing on the left? Yeah, sorry, Lizard. That was an arcane trickster. Thank you, Ash Brown, for getting that one. Time for the moose. It's the room with a moose. Oh, that doesn't sound so bad.
I love moose tars.
Eating walnuts.
Gross.
Invader Zim joke.
Okay,
Do you not like walnuts?
No, I despise them with a passion.
Oh, weird.
Oh.
They're nasty and bitter.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, I
guess,
like 'em.
Yeah,
like
I
the
can
bitter.
understand. Yeah, same. I can understand your position, but like complex bitterness is wonderful to me.
So I've had to cut a whole bunch of salt out of my diet, because I realized that I was, I had already I haven't
basket?
added salt to any of my food. I'm gonna stop adding salt. I'm gonna use different seasonings. Great. I've been doing that for the last couple of years. And then they're like, you need to start tracking what you're eating. I'm like, okay. And I started looking and I was eating like 4 to 6 times the amount of salt you're supposed to have in a day, just in the stuff that I eat.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, shit. So I have stopped doing that. And then my blood pressure came down. I'm like, it can't affect it that much. And so one day I went to a ramen place and I had the ramen, which has like 2,000, just like double the amount of salt you're supposed to have in a day in one meal. And I tried that, my blood pressure shot straight up. So it's like, okay, salt, bad, got it, good. Okay, got to be careful with the salt. I don't remember what we were talking about that made me think of that, but so salted almonds. I decided not to buy salted almonds. I discovered I like raw almonds over everything else. Raw almonds are really good, but they're a little bitter, and I really like them. So that was an interesting thing I discovered. Like I liked raw almonds before, but comparatively to like toasted almonds or different seasoning on the almonds, is like raw almonds are just good. So if you hate walnuts, maybe there's a different way you could like them. Maybe you haven't, unless you've tried a whole bunch of different kinds of almonds or walnuts.
I do enjoy.
I like raw
unsalted,
walnuts.
Pistachios.
Yep.
I think hazelnuts are my favorite.
I need a picture of a moose. Thank you, Hash Brown. Moose is eating
Hazelnuts are
pumpkins.
Pretty popular these days.
Are they?
Marjan chili ramen is a gift of the gods. I don't know what that is.
It's a brand of, I believe it's a pre-packaged ramen, so
Yeah.
definitely not good for you.
No.
If you're playing a moose character and you don't want him to be derpy, you're doing it wrong. That's all I'm saying. Like,
Derpy and murderous at the same time.
yep.
And they are
Glad we don't
big.
have Musai here down here.
They are
I like moose.
shockingly large when you
Yeah.
see one in real life.
Yeah.
Like,
They're freight trains in the snow.
Yeah.
The first
It's
time,
really easy to be like, oh, it's just a really big deer, but no, it's like a really big deer.
Yeah.
moose and elk get surprisingly large.
Yeah.
we have elk, but not like huge herds of them. So
I'm playing Geometry Dash right now. I don't know what that is. Is that a mobile game? Manly moose. Manotars.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah, well, this is Bullwinkle if Bullwinkle got swole.
Had to get them gains. No longer on the Hanna-Barbera show.
Come on, Rocky, we gotta beat the Russians.
I never knew that until I took a college level history class in high school. It's like, it was just straight up propaganda.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There was no like being around the bushes. Like, it's like, oh, had no idea.
I
Never
mean,
really watched it. So
there was a lot of that in Danger Mouse as well. I would think most of those cartoons back in the day are
I'm almost more scared of
laden
moose than
with
bears.
propaganda.
Sorry.
That's fine.
I remember when I lived in Idaho, there was we had a whole road get shut down because some horses escaped. And it was 2 horses and their foal, I guess is the word, the baby. And so the little horse is just like tramping down the middle of the road, like, this is great. And the mama horse is just like right next to it. And then the dad horse is just like any car that tries to drive by, it just like walks up. It's like, you back the fuck up. It's just like, horse, get out of the road.
Yeah. There's a lot of cows that did that in an area not too far from here.
Yeah, cows are real dumb like that.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you want? It's like, get out of the way. It's like, what? Like, move. I'm like, what? What are you talking about?
Just go around. What's
and
wrong
then
with you?
one cow will like, oh, okay, and start moving, and then another cow will just walk to wherever that cow just was. And it's like, you stupid cows.
yeah, that's how I feel about guinea fowl. Obviously, nowhere near the size of cows or horses, but it's just they're super annoying because they'll just like flock together in the middle of the road, and you just gotta run over them to get them to move. Like nudge them ever so gently with the car. It's like, move.
I'm not scared of you.
I don't care if your eggs are hard as golf balls and you could play golf with them. Move. I hate guineas.
I was driving home from a friend's house at like 2 or 3 in the morning one time, and there was no one else on the road. And I'm going over this small bridge, and a beaver just walks out and across the road. So I stop, and it stops right in front of my car, and then just sits down on its tail. Just kind of hangs out. I'm like, this shit. And as I start honking on my horn, it's like, oh, and then it walks off the road. And I was like, what was that? What are you... My lights were on. It's dark out here. You knew I was here. Stupid beavers.
My immediate hillbilly brain went, dinner.
Wow.
Just run out and grabs it.
Well,
Throw it back in the trunk.
that's wildly illegal here.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if you could. Yeah, I think they're protected in Idaho too. I think you can trap them, but you have to get like you have to do all the paperwork and the licenses and have a season for it.
And it's pretty hard to do because they are up here. Because like I live in a desert. The thing that
y'all
beavers
even have beavers.
Beavers.
Yeah. Like the
Desert
biggest
beavers.
beavers in the world lived in Texas until they were hunted to extinction. Beavers live in deserts easily, and one of the reasons they're so important and why it's kind of illegal to hunt them is because they are keystone species. They, wherever you can hold water in the land, they will build a dam and hold water in the land. So they're super important in order for my state to be able to have any amount of water in the middle of summer.
Yeah, so we basically have like open season on beavers here in Kentucky. It's because their dam building will devastate certain parts of the area of our state. So it's like,
If your water
you
table
need
is
to
already when your water table is already high, you guys don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, buffalo are also major species that everybody seems to follow.
I wonder if I could get like a government grant to buy buffalo land. Like start a farm for buffalo. I would do that. Just abandon
sure
YouTube
could.
altogether and start raising buffalo. Then make a YouTube channel out of it.
Probably.
Yeah, I bet you could.
May not be a government thing, but maybe like some private grant or something.
There's lots of subsidies for farmers.
Yeah.
Farmers and animal ranchers.
Jacked moose. And I mean, yeah, that was my prompt, right?
Mhm.
Giant beefy man moose.
Now, is he Canadian?
Canada doesn't exist in this universe.
Oh, Canada.
He might still say A if you really want him to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna crush this truck A. This is a beer truck A.
Crush it on my head, eh?
I just remembered movie Strange Brew.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It is weird. And I love it.
That saddle looks awesome.
Thanks.
Got moose wrong in the New Forest because they act more like deer. Why you should raise buffalo with Ranch Zero.
Yes. Yes. April Fool's video. I mean, there's all sorts of weird animal farms in Texas. Like, there's a farm that has oryxes.
Texas is huge. I think that's the thing we need to remember.
Well, I'm not talking about how huge it is. It's just like, Texas is weird, and they need to accept it.
I'm pretty
I
sure they lean into it. But yeah.
Any place where there's like rural farming gets pretty outlandish. I live within 100 miles of an emu farm.
I was gonna
Of at
say,
least
yeah.
one emu farm.
Mhm.
There were quite a few emu farms in Idaho.
Emu
Someone
farm, alpaca farm.
near me, sort of near me, they were in my local area, had an emu and it got out and it was like on the local newspaper, local emu runs away. I was like, oh no, I feel sorry for anyone who finds that's going to be terrified.
There's a dinosaur outside my house.
Yeah, there's
Get disemboweled by a giant bird.
Is that? Did I draw a pot leaf or a maple leaf? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shit. What does maple leaf look like?
A fatter marijuana leaf, honestly.
Okay.
I mean, you're not that far off.
Okay. Oh,
Dang
okay.
it. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Has 3 lobes with 3 points on each lobe.
Yeah. I did 5 lobes, 2.
Tree stars.
Alright, how else do we make him more barbarian-ish? I'm gonna give him a big old hammer.
I was going to say a big jug of maple syrup.
Oh, yeah, it could be a drunken barbarian.
Drunk on sugar.
Yep.
I mean,
Get yoked on sugar. No, not the bees.
It is 12:45. I'm gonna get up and get a drink. Maybe eat some veggies. Fill up my water glass. do some stretching. I think everybody should as well. I'll probably run an ad just to shake everybody up. Get on out of here. Come on back though. We'll be back. We'll probably do some more. Probably gonna be around till 2 today, 2 or 3. I wanted to kind of get a lot of these done. So, Druid, if you have to take off at any point, that's totally fine too.
You're doing pretty good.
But yeah, I'm gonna go stretch, use the facilities, pet the skip cat. I think everybody should as well. So I think this
Is
is
it raging? It's a diabetic attack.
all the doctors kept asking me with my eye thing. They're like, "Are you diabetic?" I'm like, "I don't think so." Would I know that? Would I know if I'm diabetic? And they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay." But everyone keeps asking me, and it freaks me out. So
Have you got your blood sugar tested?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, seems fine. So I think my organs just hate me. Is the problem.
Yeah, I'm there, right there with you. My intestines, especially.
Yeah, my liver and my kidney
Seriously
like
just
to.
dumped your constitution stats.
Yep.
What can I say? I was born with a horrible curse, and the clerics in my church could not cure it with their faith.
My body's like, okay, how about this? You can hold your breath for 3 minutes, but your liver doesn't work. It's like, great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Burp. Everyone is still going to be live. If you guys keep talking on Discord, that's fine. If not, whatever. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back.
Oh no. Inferno, no.
What?
Diabetes.
It wasn't me. Not this time.
Oh, Hashy Brown. Sorry.
I mean,
You would have done it.
it's true. It's true.
Back to this raccoon. Oh. They're finally releasing Chaos Force for Warhammer? Total War?
Total War.
Yeah, I don't like. I like the Chaos Dwarfs. They're super interesting.
I thought that they got wiped out. I thought that the lore was that they no longer existed.
Well,
They got
that's-
eated.
The whole timeline.
That's
is
the weird
very-
thing about it is they can't keep their story straight. Games Workshop. Yes, I'm calling out Games Workshop.
Wouldn't be the
And
first
so
time.
I think they've kind of just retconned their retcon. It's like, you know what? It didn't happen. They're still there.
Yeah, I don't know if they have. Well, at one point in time, they decided, oh yeah, they're essentially two parallel but different universes, and then they switch. Oh no, it's a timeline, and they have no clue. It's just two main epochs, essentially.
And so I like Chaos Dwarves because they get to use magic, and they like to take demons from the chaos and just cram them into massive trains and other machinery.
Oh, I see.
Waste not, want not.
Yep.
One of those. It's fine if we enslave them because they were going to enslave us sort of scenarios.
I mean, everybody hates everybody in that
Yeah.
particular time frame.
Yeah, I do not play Warhammer. My brother does, and like I've got a friend who's really into the lore, and every time she like tells me about this universe, I'm like, you know
It's
what?
a terrible universe.
This whole setting sucks. Like this is
Yeah,
not a space I want to play in.
Yeah,
I agree.
Think the Crusades in a space opera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is Chaos Doors are the fantasy one, so
Oh, so not Warhammer 40K, just
40. Yeah.
I mean,
original Warhammer. I thought that they weren't publishing anything like that anymore.
So Warhammer Total War is the video game, so
Oh,
that's essentially Warhammer. It's basically like you get to do all the mini stuff, but with just little 3D figures.
gotcha.
It's D&D 1, but for...
yeah, I mean, it's a wargaming sim.
Yeah, that's what all Total War games have been. It's just massive. It's like click and drag. Here's you 1,000 men.
Here's you 1,000 men.
I mean, there is the RPG version of it, but it's not very popular.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna roll some dice. I'm back. Welcome back, everybody. Hope everybody got some stretches in. My cat heard the jar opening and ran over thinking it was treats. I'm sorry. I have dried bananas, which is dehydrated
Nice.
bananas. Love them.
Yeah,
Found a good-
I love banana chips.
Found a good way to make them. You gotta use green bananas, dip them in lemon juice, dehydrate them. Great.
Yeah.
Worked really well.
Or
3.
plantains. I like plantain chips.
An Otterfolk clown jumping out of a birthday cake.
Happy birthday, Rick.
Mm.
Well, belated.
Yeah. Thank you.
Jumping out of a cake for yet another quinceañera.
Quinceañera otter.
Yeah.
What would an otter clown look like?
It'll be juggling sea urchins.
Okay.
I like that mental image.
Or pebbles, if you want it to be a bit safer.
Or both.
Skip Cat will try to. Sorry, people in the chat are talking to the cats. Anytime I do anything in the kitchen, he's just like, "What is this? What are you doing?" And I have to show him. And he's like, "Okay."
Like June's cats from June's Kitchen.
Yep. Except they don't make me millions of dollars doing nothing.
We have somebody asking for the definition of what a fan art is.
If it's a character that you didn't create, that's fan art. So, like, if it's from a show, if it's from a game, if it is a person who's named that's not someone you came up with, that's fan art.
Yeah, like
If I have to look up who the person is, I'm not going to do that.
like I want this character, but like this. I would also consider that fan art myself.
Yeah. There is no Sonic OC that is not fan art.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does anyone here play Geometry Dash? Yeah, I don't know what that is, Game Master. I'm sorry. I've not heard of Geometry Dash.
The author is giving very bear vibes.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like sun bear vibes.
think his nose is a little too square. There we go. Otters have huge mouths. That's part of it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
This is the 7th birthday I've been at just today.
Oh boy.
Figure you'll be going sea otters, so there's some sea otters.
For legal reasons, this is a joke. I appreciate the caveat. I think the other thing about otters is like their nose goes right to their mouth. That might be the other thing.
It's almost like a diamond-shaped nose.
Yeah. What's the clown D&D thing?
Hero?
It's like the opposite of the eloquence bard.
Oh.
The
No.
glamour bard or the whisper bard?
Maybe the glamour bard. Try to check out the
There's
stream on Friday.
also
Cool,
the
cat. Thanks for hanging out. See you later. Clown D&D thing?
College of Swords.
I thought there was specifically like a joke-telling bard.
No.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for Mercer to do his College of Tragedy bard for
Oh my
Liam
God.
Brian.
That's
Oh,
a
that's an
performance.
Aria thing.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it came out in the Taldori campaign guide.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Shakespeare performer right there. Oh no.
Yeah, one of the little flavor bits is when an enemy dies from a certain ability, it has to I can't say the word.
Soliloquy?
They have to do a death monologue.
Blank.
You, sea otter skulls, that helps.
What is this music? It should be on the... Is it not on the screen?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
on there.
but it's very small.
Make it bigger.
So,
Crystal art installation. I think it's on... It's Minecraft music is what the playlist is for. For Minecraft streamers. I'll give it a try today. There we go.
yeah, the glamour bard is very much David Bowie and hair metal.
Yeah, 80s glam rock.
Man.
That's because it sounds weird. Yeah, it's a little strange.
I mean, power metal's making a big comeback.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did it ever
Oh,
go
no,
away?
it's Never my thing.
I was gonna say, I don't think it ever really went away.
No, I think it wasn't as popular for sure.
Everybody got into that weird, like, metal throat music. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it.
Screamo music?
No, don't worry about it.
I mean, Gregorian music has always been super popular.
Hey, if you don't know, you don't know. It's okay.
True.
All my metal friends were super into it for 3 or 4 years. It's like Icelandic throat singing or something, and they started playing metal. I was like, great. Sounds super, super weird.
Congratulations on your extremely esoteric
Baby metal.
goal.
That was
Yeah.
for a while.
Metal's still a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend who was like in finished death metal, and now they're just kind of Nordic, Scandinavian countries death metal. It's like, good for you.
Yep. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Nothing
I
wrong
guess
with it.
what
But-
do they call it now? Death growls?
I have no idea. I do not follow like any music. I suppose that's not true. There's a couple of like classical. I don't think you could call them classical composers. They're really more like soundtrack composers.
Talking like explosions in the sky, or
Marika Takeuchi, Lena Rain.
I don't know
No, but it's just like people who compose video game music and like movie music.
One of my friends is really, really into video game music. Like all of his music library is just video game soundtracks. And then one of my other friends got him to go to like a shoot. It's just like house music. He's like, "Oh, come to a concert with me." And he's like, "This stuff's really good." And it's like, yeah, real music is good. Not that video game music isn't real music, but like it's one genre of like 8-bit midis that he loves. And it's like, man, have you ever heard of guitar? Guitars are cool.
Really though?
Hey man, Khaki King is still my fallback every now and again. When I need good, like, chill summer music, Khaki King, people. She does like slap on an acoustic. It's amazing. Whee!
Music just kind of isn't really super important to me. Never has been.
That's okay.
Yeah. So like, I have been to. I had a friend in high school who made me go to a No Doubt concert, which was definitely not my thing.
Yeah, I can.
I used to go to
I can
concerts
believe that.
all the time. I don't know if I've seen No Doubt in concert. I think I have once.
It's fine.
I enjoy. It wasn't No Doubt that I went to. Was it? It's very similar to No Doubt.
One of
Don't-
my favorite
don't
concerts of all
dislike this.
time was Presidents of the United States. Is that what they are?
Oh, it is? Yeah.
Yeah. That was a fun concert. It was a fun concert.
I went to a Dragon Force concert. I was there for about 12 minutes, and then I walked out.
Just long enough to hear Through Fire and Flames, and then you went home?
I was there to hear. Well, I wanted to hear Fire and Flames, but I didn't, because that was going to be later on in the show. But the first song played, I'm like, I'm really into this. Second song played, I'm like, this is the first song, but a little bit different. And then the third song started playing, and I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
My friend only listens to Pokemon music. A lot of rappers use city pop for their backing tracks, acting tough, but their music was written by 40-year-old Japanese women. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really, really good sample music that uses like stuff from the 20s and 40s that is
Oh yeah.
just like
yeah.
gospel music was used a lot. I mean, there's tons. Music is really cool. I'm a big music fan of like music theory and stuff. I probably know more music history than like actual history. So, but
Yeah, the newer electro swing is pretty awesome, in my opinion.
a big fan of shoot, can't remember the band now. Bad with band names, like I am with all names.
You are not alone.
I'm gonna give him big old overalls, and then I'm gonna call it, I think. I do love me some video game music, don't get me wrong. I listen to a lot of video game music too, but
I just listen to whatever tickles my fancy at a time, and I'll like listen to it until I'm sick of the song, and I'll move on to something.
yeah,
else.
that's kind of how I've been
Yeah.
too. I knew a lot of friends growing up that were like they would had one band, and that's it. And like some of them, I still know they still only listen to that one band, and it's like,
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of like K-Flay for the last few years, and that's kind of brought me to a whole bunch of different places. But so I still listen to songs that I've listened to for a long time. But
Yeah.
I like finding new music. It's always nice when you find new music.
Mm.
Time to work out. Catch you on the next stream. No problem, Nord. Check you later. Elben, hello.
Good luck on your workout. I need to get back to mine.
Metal version of One Winged Angel. Okay, there's our otter clown.
I love to have Kingdom Hearts music, like specifically the opening cutscene music, Dearly Beloved, as my wake up alarm, because it's just like it's really soothing, and has just enough energy to get me out, like wake me up and get me out of bed.
I use, oh god, I can't remember the name of the film company. It would start kind of quiet, and then it would just turn this big loud roar of a noise, and that was my alarm for a long time.
Like Inception?
No,
Danny Elfman music?
Blah, blah. Oh, that's
Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight. Yeah.
Still Danny Elfman. Did Danny Elfman do Inception? I don't know if he did.
I don't know.
Don't. Don't. So good. Anyways, Dark Knight Rises is good. Good soundtrack. What did I roll? I rolled another 3. What is up today?
I don't know.
A big giant word I can't read, druid, that I looked up earlier, and it's a comb jelly. So comb jelly, druid. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Not sure how I'm going to do that. I do like a merfolk jelly. Inception ripped of Paprika. Oh yeah, no, it was a Paprika was one of the inspirations for Inception. Like that's directly relatable.
this is what I was talking about.
Look at this. Oh, the THX sound. Mew.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Will wake up anyone from their deep slumber. It's like, what? Oh.
That is called a tonal sweep, is what it is called, and is used to test sound. Test sound systems, which is why they did it. Because THX was the first company to have like high quality sound. I don't remember exactly what it was, but they did that on purpose. Yeah, that's a great sound.
The first time I ever remember hearing it was when I got the Star Wars Episode 1 on VHS and was watching it. It was just like deafening.
Yeah. What are you drawing on the left? I'm drawing a merfolk druid that is a jellyfish. That is what I'm doing over here. I may even give her a mask. That would be kind of cool. This one's getting real abstract because jellyfish aren't people. Jellyfish are barely, like, not even plants.
Okay.
Like, they're animals, but like, they're not even on plant levels of animals. So
They barely they barely meet the requirements for a living creature.
yeah,
Why are you so mean to jellyfish?
because they,
This is not being mean. This is stating facts.
yeah, this is,
They're cool and I love them, except when I step on them at the beach.
almost oozes. That's accurate. Yep.
Yep.
Should she have a face? I don't think so. I think it's a jellyfish person. So how did it get a person body? I don't know.
Does a jellyfish have a face? No. So this should not have a face. Simple.
I'm gonna go a little weird. I'm gonna make her arms super long because they just are.
Yeah.
Ew.
Could use like a mask as a face. That'd be
We'll do a Korok face. How's that?
Love it.
Today I'm drinking Easy Sparkling Grapefruit. No added sugars or... Got 15 grams of salt. Milligrams. Oh god, 15 grams of salt would kill you. Well, it would kill me.
It would kill you. Yeah. I'd be fine.
That's a lot. 15 grams of salt. That's a lot of salt.
It is. Maybe I wouldn't be fine.
Jellyfish aren't people. Rookzer0 March 15.
Work out context.
Yep. Put it on the Reddit page. There's just gonna be the Reddit page is gonna become just a whole. I mean, it was always supposed to be me saying stuff out of context, but like it's just gonna be a whole bunch of like people are gonna find and be like, who is this asshole? Just keeps like. Maybe I can become TikTok famous if I keep saying stuff like jellyfish aren't people. How dare you?
I mean, you're right, but I'm also offended.
He's not wrong, but he's totally out of line.
He's out of the line, but he's right.
I married a Power Ranger jellyfish lady.
Okay. That's a pretty good painting.
I think.
Yeah, that was a really good job.
I took way too long doing that. I got lost in the weeds.
No jellyfish allowed around these parts. Thank you, Crow's Perch. I appreciate the tip. I'm gonna try to make this jellyfish like kind of translucent. I think that's what I'm gonna go for. Back here. I am gonna make this more of like an ooze. I think that's the other thing I should do. Just put a whole bunch of like little goo balls in here and just bloop, bloop.
Magic's Gathering jellyfish deck.
I don't know if there's any jellyfish cards. That's an interesting idea.
There's a
There?
few. I don't know how many.
Let's see. Jump Rope uses one all the time. It's not actually a jellyfish, but it's like there's a handful of them. How dare you, my ex-lover was a jellyfish. You gotta move by Mississippi Fred McDowell intensifies. Oh, is it a song? Okay.
Oh.
I don't know that one. Does her mask have eyes? Yeah, I gave little why are there holes? Because they want to try to comfort the people that they're hanging out with. It's like the Koroks. They don't know what faces look like. We'll give it a little bit of wood texture.
Apparently there are a fair amount. Oh, there's also a flump.
Yep, they added the flump with the D&D stuff.
This is the really only jellyfish card I remember.
Yeah, the
Thing.
glimmer bill.
Yep.
Glass spinner. There's a glass spinner. Card. I think that word's in the name, I think, but I don't remember what else it's called. Reminds me of the Angel Master Evangelion. Even that would not surprise me. I have a lot of Evangelion stuck in my head. By the way, do you have a live redirect enabled? Trying to spread the word after taking about it with instructed by last stream I had. I think so. I'm not sure if I don't know how to turn it off. So I can double check, but don't know how I would. I do have subscriber chat on to keep all the bots at bay. So if that's the reason that it's having an issue, that would make sense. But I guess we can swap it over to anyone. I might keep it on subscriber. But now. Hello. Hello, Orange Cat. What's up? Oh, your breath stinks. What have you been eating? You should on your YouTube studio settings community. Okay, let me check that real quick. Let me check that. YouTube. We'll do some checking. Boop, boop, boop. Hold on, where is this? On your YouTube studio, go to settings and the community. Yeah, I don't have community on my settings. That's weird. I go down to settings, explore, yep, settings, notifications, playback, advanced settings, connection apps. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe you don't have enough followers to do it?
Maybe. Because I can redirect two people through my studio while I'm streaming. That's fine. It says that. Allow keys, allow places, allow embedding. Yeah, very strange. Redirects. Community settings. Ah, there's a weird buried setting. There we go. Ooh, we're discovering stuff. Druid, can I print out your raccoon?
If you want to, sure.
I don't want to print it out. Allow all channels can redirect to my content. Ahaha! Sweet. Thank you. Thank you for that. I did not realize I could do that. I appreciate it. Aquatic Chingua spirit. Yeah, that's a good basis, I think. I'm very happy with that concept. I'm not sure how I'm gonna make this a druid, if I'm being totally honest.
Roll stick.
Now I gotta get Crit Crab to fix this.
I mean, what's the jellyfish gonna use? Or what's a shillelagh for a jellyfish?
Just turns his arm into a stick.
Red's
Right.
piece of driftwood.
I mean,
That's true.
I would. I would say Thorn Whip, except it just becomes like uses its own tentacles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Natural attack.
Hmm.
Coral Staff could be cool too.
But I'm a bit biased. I love coral on things. So. They have coral armor in Pathfinder now. 2nd edition.
What's it do? Does it cut people?
Maybe.
Die in the sun? That's a little dark, but not adapt well to horrible conditions.
The one time I've been snorkeling, I got just like swam over the top of a coral reef, and then like during it was completely calm except for the roughly 30 seconds I spent over this coral reef from when a large wave lifted me up and then slammed me down on top of it, and I came away so scraped up.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
I got wave checked into a rock and like
Oof.
jacked up my knee. That was no fun.
It just lets you swim better.
Okay.
Which is slightly sad. It's medium armor.
That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, considering coral is tiny creatures that live in rock and do not swim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd go with. I think I like the idea that like getting essence of the sea would make you have a good swimming armor, but so I could see you using
Yeah.
coral for that. So maybe that's why. But yeah, I would go with something a little more
Yeah. I mean,
shark
some-
fins or scales from
some
something.
Soft coral move around and everything, but the majority of coral is hard coral.
Yeah, because the coral to me makes me think like defensive. You know,
Yeah.
spines, poisons, anemone tentacles. I guess anemones aren't really corals; they just live around coral.
Yeah.
It has a +3 AC bonus, dex cap at +2, -2 on checks, speed penalty, -5, and requires you to have 14 strength to even wear it.
Oh, Pixel, what's up? What time is it? 1:20? An ooze, right? Yeah, it's a jellyfish. That's close enough. A coma jelly, yeah. She is a druid. I'm not sure I'm going to make her a druid. Maybe we'll add some sea anemones here. Just for fun. Creepy. Animator into a wild shape. Yeah, this is what we're doing for the rest of the day. Just non-stop animation.
I have been painting one raccoon for 2.5 hours.
That's true.
You want to
And
do it, you can
looks
do it.
amazing.
It's a really good raccoon.
I'm most proud of the armor because that's something I usually struggle with, but for some reason putting a saddle on it made everything click. Don't ask me why.
So next time you draw like a fighter, you got to put a saddle on him.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
I mean, yeah.
Just design the saddle first and then build the armor and then take away the saddle.
Yep.
I could totally see that raccoon being a mount for a mouse guard campaign. 100%.
I honestly have put enough work into it at this point. I hope that's what it ends up being.
Right?
Although I still want to put 2 brownies on it.
I think brownies would be fine.
I definitely do not have time to paint 2 tiny, filthy little fey creatures.
I mean, that's fair.
Pixel is whining for food, but it's too early for food. Yeah. Where'd you go? You wandered off. All right. Do 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 boo do do do. See
He's probably
fingers.
Just telling you need to be prepared.
Yeah. You're gonna feed me in 2 hours, right? Okay.
Time approaches.
Dum 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 dum.
Am I on the eraser? Yeah, it was on the eraser. That's why.
Their organs are spit down the middle, male side, female side. Interesting. Just try to draw a stupid daikini. That's pretty funny.
I mean, we could have hog-tied brownies strapped to the saddle.
Snacks.
Either that or
Trash Panda snacks.
The problem isn't
a
knowing
bounty
what to,
hunter.
yeah, the problem isn't knowing what to do with the brownies. The problem is having to draw more things on top of this.
True.
I have enough problems. The biggest part of the futzing with this, honestly, has been trying to get color unity between the raccoon and everything that I'm putting on it.
Okay, hear me out. What if they're just encased in a giant jelly, like the dome?
Encased or like a veil.
Yeah, they're just like veiled with it.
I like it.
I like that. That seems like a good idea to me.
No. Wrong button.
Okay. I added a horn. Maybe now I'm done.
I think I'm done too. I think I'm gonna stop there. Let's roll the dice. 14. 1 4. 1 4. A Kotor Ward Slinger. Wand Slinger? Wand Slinger. Okay. Lots more fish people. Here we go.
Chunky fish people.
Chunky fish people? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Got like a pond koi.
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
Done.
That's it. That's the stream. I love it when the stream gets derpy.
I think I am going to finish this up like this.
Tips
Herring
on
Potter.
Dynamic poses. Ugh.
Tips on dynamic poses. Go loose. Start loose. Get lots of references. Have lots of dynamic poses. Yeah. Unfortunately, like, that's a lot of the without just drawing stuff for you, which would disrupt this stream. That's the best I can say. It's like just lots of references.
Yeah.
You can do lots
Yeah.
of a really good, like, what are they called, Druid? The
Gesture drawing?
gesture drawings. Yep.
Yeah.
Just
Which is
get
the-
really just do lots of gesture drawings. Like, that's a great way to
Yeah.
warm up.
Go loose, go fast, stick with a stick figure. Like when I want to do a really dynamic pose, here we can try a Spider-Man.
If you're drawing Spider-Man,
like-
just thrust the hips. That's all you got to do. Start pose, thrust the hips.
Feet
Spider-Man.
really wide.
Spider-Man. Yeah. Start really loose. Just focus on the gesture. Get the feeling for what you want. Do Koatoa have tails? Do they have fish tails?
I don't know.
I've seen them with and without, so
I mostly sing without tails.
Okay.
yeah, it's looking. The official art looks more like a fish version of a grung.
Yeah. That's usually what I see. Kind of more shaped like this. Just
Yeah.
big old fish head. More sock puppets.
I can see that guy as an instructor at like a magic school or something.
Blah, 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 blah. What did he say? Blah, 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 blah.
Exactly. Half the class has no idea what he's saying. Half the class is nodding fervently.
Mm-hmm. I've had that instructor.
I may have been that instructor. Not often.
I had a math teacher that had a very, very thick Chinese accent. And on the first day, I was just like, "Oh no!" I didn't get any of that, and so luckily, I was able to like write most of it down off the board and just follow along that way. But man, there were some times when it was just like, "I'm so sorry, I cannot understand what you're saying," and like repeating it didn't help. It's like, I've said this before. I have a few. I'm pretty good at picking up accents. Like I can usually hear through accents and understand things, but that combination with like really complex theories just broke my brain. It's like, shoot, I need to be better about this. Do you draw Koatoa with more than just bass fish faces? Like a pike face? You could do that, yeah. That'd be really fun. I like the catfish. I'm a big fan of drawing catfish. I don't know why. They're just fun. They're like weird fish dragons. Probably because they don't have scales. Maybe that's why I like drawing catfish. Those big old noodle boys. Someone turned me into a fish.
I really like Tom Kinch from League.
Yeah, that's a cool design.
Just someone who's grew up on stories of catfish eating dead bodies. Yeah, that's what I kind of imagine.
Lord Dio Brandon, I hope that my just like really fast. I hope that I'm showing you kind of what we meant with fast, loose gestures.
Yeah, essentially, if you can find a good line, like you start with a really good, like pose line, basically like the way you want the character to be moving. You can start going through using your references to like find the right way to attach the body into those positions. So. Gestural drawings will really help with that because it'll get you a library of interesting lines and poses before you have to spend a lot of time trying to draw them and make them work.
So if you want a reference for that, Line of Action is a free to use website.
Yep. Kind of struggle with that loose gesture. I draw to construct them and add the detail. Yeah, so that's what you need to practice the gesture drawing for. And Line of Action will help you with that, I think, because you can time it out, right? So you have 20 seconds to draw the gesture. That's how you practice gesture, and that's what it's for. So you're not supposed to draw any details, just the gesture. And then once you have the gesture you like, then you start adding detail. Wand slinger, huh? Sorry, Drew, I didn't mean to talk over you there.
No, you're good. You said everything that I was going to say, but you said it faster and more clearly, so that's...
I think I draw them too muscly. Yeah. When you're doing gesture, try to start with a line, and that's it, right? And then I think Drew was talking about if you know what the S-curves are, that's the next stage of gesture drawing. So like base lines, then you start adding curves. Then you can start adding volumes.
Yeah. So if you see what I've been doing, I have literally just been drawing like kind of slightly advanced stick figures.
Yep.
Not like, especially for a short gesture, that's really as much as you want to do. So like go for a stick figure or just try to capture this silhouette.
I want to make him foaming at the mouth for some reason. Seems funny. He's just like, "Wah, wah." Maybe he accidentally turned himself into a fish.
And is now blowing bubbles.
Yep.
Maybe somebody dropped dish soap into his tank for a senior prank.
Oh, that poor fish.
That would be terrible. Don't do that. It's not funny.
Revenge!
Today I shall teach you how to create a god.
I think we've made a campaign.
Someone poisons the class fish and everyone needs revenge. Or the fish needs revenge.
The fish somehow survived and goes on a revenge bender.
Give him some more wands here.
Gotta stock up on those single-use wands. Instructor, those appear to be firecrackers.
Brooklyn candles.
Magic missile.
Fireball.
Fireball. That's an old school meme.
Yeah. But it's a good one.
It is a good one. Okay, I think that's about good. I think that's a good Koto wand slinger.
Pew pew.
And
It just constantly using that bubble spell from Elden Ring.
blah, yeah. 10. A very small, flea-like fairy rogue wearing a big coat. Flea-like, like it's a flea, or just like that small? Because like you're gonna just have to infer the size unless I draw it next to like a beetle, which I don't really want to draw.
Just add a little dot on the page. Like, there you go.
I suppose I should ask for another roll again for another prompt, but at the same time, I'm like, there's no way I can do another raccoon.
Yeah, I mean, I would have tried to do a raccoon. That was a commission, man.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was 2 hours of work.
You're welcome to whoever gets it. I think it's the best thing I've ever painted an Aggie.
What's the prompt here? I have my prompt is currently a tiny pixie rogue with a big coat.
It is either very flea-like or just the size of a flea, which is...
I'm gonna try to make her just seem really tiny. I think that's my...
All right, what's number 20?
A shadow mushroom. I think the
Okay.
Yeah, I think the detail was it was a mushroom, like a myconid, but shadowy.
So shadow mushrooms are a thing.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah. Let me get the image again.
That's just an ink cap.
Listed as a shadow mushroom, but I do not disagree with the fact that it would be easily recognized as an ink cap.
I just realized now the other thing you can do with dynamic poses, which I think I'm gonna have to do with this one, is start over. Like yeah. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop this one's opacity down to like 10%, maybe 20%, and I'm just gonna add a new layer on top and redo it. Because like I know what I was going for here, and it kind of it's just a little too muddy, and I don't think it's gonna work out the way I want. So I'm gonna make this a little bigger. Is that enough space, Druid? You're still good?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna start from here.
I can consolidate a myconid relatively easily.
Because then really what you can do is you can take the pose you're doing and you can stretch it and skew it the way you need, over and over again. This is a little pixie, so I'm gonna do really big eyes.
You go Plants vs. Zombies.
WTH3, hello. I'm not sure how to say your name. With? I still like the idea that pixies have like bug eyes.
A hard-boiled private eye pixie. Yeah.
Wow. That might be a little much. Orange cat, what's up? Yeah. Should I go feed this cat real quick?
If it's gonna make your life easier, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. I keep ending up with pose for this mic and Ed that is like fashion plate.
Fashion plate? Like
Yeah.
glamorized plate mail?
I could
Yeah,
see
well,
that.
no, like a high fashion concept drawing.
Nice. Okay.
Mhm.
You just did a whole bunch of gesture drawings, I bet that's why.
Yeah, probably.
Fast and loose, fast and loose. All right, let me go feed this cat real quick. I'll be right back,
Yeah.
everybody. Hang tight. Peeks. Peeks. He's already standing by the food bowl. Okay. Yeah, are you gonna eat? What are you doing? Hold on. Here goes the cat. Oh boy. Okay, I'm back. Here we go. Now, what could be interesting is a Pixie Private Eye Inquisitor Rogue, complete with Dick Tracy coat and hat. Now, my suggestion just saying. I think there was a Private Eye in here somewhere. That sounds familiar. It sounds really familiar.
I remember doing a Dick Tracy Cobalt some years ago.
Sounds about
It
right.
was glorious.
SMG4 made an announcement. I don't know what that is. Should I know what that is? SMG4.
I don't know what that is.
No. Might get so heat. I don't know what so heat is either. Am I having a stroke or are people just using words that I don't understand? But Popeyes. Oh, might get so like might get people get mad at you.
You're not having a stroke. I think auto text is fucking us all.
Okay. My chicken had yellow
Chicken.
spots. Ugh. Yeah, don't eat that.
Ugh.
There's a KFC like right down the street from my house. And when we moved here, I was like, hell yeah. I went and got a bucket of chicken. There's not a lot of good chicken. Like in Idaho, when I was growing up, Albertsons was its own thing. Now it's bought by someone else. I don't remember. But they had really, really good chicken. Really, really good fried chicken. And so I went here, when I moved here, I went out and bought a bucket of Albertsons chicken, and it was bad. And I was just like, that sucks. I'll find another place. Like, I'll just go to KFC, and I got a bucket of chicken. And it made me really sick. And I was like, man, what the hell? And I looked up the reviews for that KFC, and they were like half a star. And I was like, oh, okay. Won't go there again.
Gotta learn how to make it yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, fried chicken is tough. Like, it's easy to make if you have the right stuff for it. But, like, I don't have a fryer. I don't have a good pressure cooker that I want to, you know, put oil in.
Yeah.
So, when I want fried chicken, I just go get it.
I know most people don't use a pressure cooker to cook their fried chicken. They just use like a deep skillet and put.
Yeah, like 4 gallons of oil in it.
Yeah. I mean, air fryers are getting good enough nowadays.
I've been making French fries in my air fryer, and that works pretty good. So maybe I should try it. I haven't had a good like poofy crispy thing happen in the air fryer, which I don't think it can do, but should be able to. Might have to try it again.
Yeah, you may have to change how it gets battered, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is Pixie. I want her wings to pop out here. She's a rogue, so she probably needs like a dagger. Can I turn this off now? I think so. Panda Express orange chicken's pretty good. It's
I used to eat
I can
a
make
lot,
that at home.
Then I realized just how much sugar they actually put in everything.
Oh yeah. Panda Express orange chicken's pretty easy to make. I do that from time to time. Bake or deep fried fish, yay or nay? I mean, yeah. Super good. I think I just gave her the Namek shoulder pads.
I am okay with it.
No.
I'm a firing my laser. Oof, you alright, cat? Bless you. There's a lot of sneezing. I'm Midwest, so folks go hard or fried fish on Fridays. Yeah. Growing up super Catholic, we always had a fish fry on Fridays.
Lent.
Yep. It's good.
Oh, beaver's totally fish. You can have it on Fridays.
Oh man, I remember reading that. That just made me mad.
Look, we've been over this.
We did. We had a
Fish
whole
is-
day about
fish
that.
is not a, but also fish is not a meaningful taxonomical designation.
Yeah, what was the argument? Either we're all fish or fish don't exist.
Yep. It's a simplification of it, but yeah, that is the argument. Fish is not good. I mean, the term fish is not a good descriptor.
Yeah.
Well, I also don't particularly like fish. So.
I was thinking about that the other day, and I was like, one of these days, Rhett and Link they tried to make Link eat the food he doesn't like today.
Yeah.
And somehow that got me on the thought process of, like, if Druid ever comes here, I bet I could make fish that you would like. Because like I hated fish when I was young and lived in Idaho. It was just bad. Like rainbow trout was the freshest fish you could get. Like you could go catch it and then eat it. I mean, you could also get steelhead, but the whole thing doesn't matter. Rainbow trout was the fish that I had access to that wasn't like store bought. And so there's a place in my mind where it's like rainbow trout is really good, but also disgusting. But then I remember any other fish I had when I was little was just awful. Like it was just bad and gross, and like I hated going to any seafood restaurants, which we didn't do very often.
Yeah.
And moving out here to Seattle and like knowing how to cook fish properly made a big difference.
Oh, yeah.
Like it made a huge difference.
It's all preparation, right?
Sure.
So the various...
I bet you could make some fish that I like, but also there's some information you're missing, which is that most of my extended family is from California, and I was born in the Bay Area, and we would go back there every year and go to a very famous fish restaurant and get super fresh fish caught in the Bay Area and cooked by professional chefs, and I did not like that either.
Well, you're just wrong then, I guess.
Again,
I am allowed to not like
You are allowed to
That's
not like.
fine.
You are allowed. I can't
Sorry,
stop you.
Clovis, go ahead. Sorry,
I was just gonna say. The only fish I've never really liked was tilapia and pollock. I don't know why.
They're very cheap fish.
yeah.
They have a weird flavor.
And texture. They have a bad texture.
Yeah, like I did that. I bought some tilapia. Tilapia is actually I'm okay with tilapia, but I bought some the other day and I prepared it the way I normally prepare salmon. And then when I was eating it, I was like, "This is not the same. It's not the same."
Yeah.
Because I really wanted a salmon Caesar, and then I realized I didn't have any salmon, and I only had tilapia. So I was like, fuck it. And then nope.
Yeah.
Like
Tilapia needs some kind of breading.
Yeah,
Like, I
tilapia
don't
really needs to
mind-
be fried.
yeah. Like I don't mind strong tasting fish because I've had like mackerel sushi and really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Nope.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart to try.
I'm
Like,
a-
if you don't like really oily fish,
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't eat it.
mackerel not my favorite. What
That
was the
would be
other one?
overpowering, too.
All right, I'm doing it. I'm doing the sexy naked hips. Let's do it.
Embrace the inner Jonas.
Yep.
We're getting the side slit hips.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of
I
like
grouper.
tuna, just straight tuna sashimi. It's so good.
Ooh, yeah.
Um,
I do like raw tuna.
super good.
I've never had like really fresh tuna prepared like the way you would prepare a steak that I didn't like.
Yeah, that's really good too. If you get like a nice big tuna steak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super
Like
tasty.
and cooked cooked medium at most.
Yeah, you don't have to cook those very much at all. It's really great. I'm sorry, what? What did I miss?
Have you not been here when we talk about food?
It is, yeah, I mean, it's 2:00. We're way into the food zone right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
My lunch today was going to be a salad with chicken and bacon because I have rationed out my salt so I can have 2 pieces of bacon today. And then I was in the kitchen after feeding the cats, and I was like, yeah, fuck it. So now I'm just eating cucumbers and carrots and chicken and bacon. I decided not to turn it into a salad. I'm just eating it. I'm happy with my decision.
Yeah, my neighbor tried. She made some banana peel bacon, and she tried feeding it to me.
Ugh.
I'm like, that looks weird. What is this?
It's garbage.
It's this new bacon recipe that I found. I'm like,
Around here, we call
What?
that child abuse.
I mean, I've had plenty of candied vegetables and candied peels and stuff, but
Banana peel does not strike me as a fruit peel that you're supposed to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to.
it was a bit more chewy than I would have preferred, and
Lord.
you could definitely tell that there was a lot of sugar.
Ugh.
So they try to pass off candied banana peel as candied bacon.
Supposedly, it was some recipe that she was trying, and she really liked for some reason. But
Yeah.
at the same token, I'm like, you really like sugar, specifically
Mm-hmm.
brown sugar. She's like, oh yeah, like this was made with brown sugar.
I also like I also like sugar and brown sugar specifically, but if you make something with it, it's not really health food.
No.
Your fake bacon is not nominally better than real bacon, and maybe potentially worse depending on your specific
sugar.
health issues.
Yeah.
Depending on your health issues.
The thing I've been discovering is like a lot of the stuff I eat is already pretty healthy. Like, over the last few months, I had been eating a lot of like chicken nuggets and stuff that were frozen just because I was so busy.
Mhm.
Which that's bad. So I cut that stuff out. That's fine. But yeah, like bacon's not bad for you. You can't eat, 8 slices in a day.
Oh, yeah.
But like that's really how my life was for a little while. It was just like I make enough food for 4 people and then I eat all of it.
Yeah. Pork in general is pretty good for you, and like animal fats are not as bad as we have been led to believe most of our life.
So, on that note, that's something I've been looking at. Essentially, the thing that I was running into was saturated fat's bad for a long time, right? Saturated
Yeah.
fats, for me, really bad. The problem is, if you cut out everything that has saturated fats, a lot of them also have the good fats in them.
Yep.
And so you either have to find things that are equaled out or have less saturated fats than you normally would eat. And so like that's the thing with chicken, has saturated fat in it, but has lots of good fats in it, so you need both. Steak, it's about the same, but if you have stuff like hamburger where they add fat to it, they add the bad fat. And so it's like some hamburgers can be really good, but some are very bad for you. So you just need to see exactly what it is you're eating. And that's why, so the diet I'm on the DASH diet, which is a diet specifically designed for heart health. It basically it's like watch how much salt you take into the day, and you can eat basically what you normally would eat. You just need to make sure you're keeping track of it like relentlessly, so you are aware of how much things you're eating. So yeah, I can eat bacon. Bacon's fine. I just have to be very careful of how much I eat at one time in a day, because it's easy to miss those things. It's really easy to miss those things. What type of character is currently being drawn? Mushroom? Something?
Yeah.
Shadow mushroom? And
I think I'm nailing.
I think it's really good. I'm struggling with a pixie rogue. But it's partially because I'm stuffing my face with vegetables and chicken.
I totally get that diet. Gamma. The broke diet.
The broke
Whatever
diet.
I can afford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The seafood diet. Seafood? I eat food.
That's the opposite of the broke diet.
Yeah, I've tried the seafood diet. It does not agree with me. I'm
Yeah.
too damaged.
That's my problem too. It's like at this point, I basically can only eat vegetables. And I have to eat whole foods. Which sounds like, one, it's super expensive unless I'm very careful. And two, it's either very expensive or very time intensive. Because I can't buy bread. Bread has too much salt in it. There's very few low sodium breads out on the market that aren't like $8 a loaf. And it's like, I'm not doing that. So now I have to make my own bread. And it's like, cool. So that's 2 hours out of my day that I can't do anything for.
I don't know very many bakeries in your area.
Nope. A lot of them are from Oregon and stuff. I'm struggling with these hips. I might have to recalibrate. I think it's because her body is technically curved this way. But yeah, so that's the thing. Like the sad state of affairs is that the cheap food is not good for you because it's made out of the bad fats. It's made out of sugar. It's made out of salt to keep it cheap. And so if you're on a diet that's just based around what you can afford, it can hurt your health, which is a lot of what my problem was. Because I'm always like, fuck it, I'm just gonna eat ramen. Ramen bad. So good though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. American ramen is particularly bad.
Oh, well, I mean, like, a real tonkatsu is not particularly good for you either.
Yeah, like I went to that ramen place for my birthday. Dalcor and Jumper Up and I went out to this ramen place, and I'm like, oh, I'll get the low sodium version, and then I went home and I looked it up, and it's like the low sodium version is like 2,600 milligrams, and I'm like, but yeah, like broth. I love broth. It seems really fast and easy, but it's mostly salt. So you have to make your own broth now. I was like, oh crap.
A lot of Japanese food is actually particularly salty.
Yeah.
Yeah, their entire diet is. Yeah.
Like soy sauce is
Fermented.
Salt and fermented wheat starch.
Yeah. But so I think that's the other thing for me is like I'm used to putting, a tablespoon or so of salt into my stuff when I cook it. That's more salt than I can have in a day. And it's just like, whoops. Well, not really. I mean, like it's I can basically improve my health just by putting a teaspoon in, right? Like toning down the amount of seasoning I add. It makes a big difference too. So I just bought back from eating groceries, only got essentials, $62. Yeah. I think that's where most of my money goes, is groceries.
Yeah, and groceries are gonna get more expensive.
Very high in sodium. Yeah. Some people can handle the sodium, but sodium by itself, not bad, but it exacerbates heart issues. And so if you have a high fat diet and high sodium, those are real bad combo. Make your eyeball explode.
Fortunately for me, salt is one of the few things that I not only can still have plenty of, but I need a fair amount of. Because one of the things with fibromyalgia, which I suffer from, is that like if you don't get enough salt, your nerves become like even more active and you suffer more pain.
I was gonna say, like, you can't have potassium, right? Like you have the opposite problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have to eat more potassium and less sodium.
Yeah, and I have to eat less sodium or less potassium and more sodium, because I apparently my kidneys can't filter out the potassium.
Yep, I have the opposite problem.
Yeah.
We're like inverted kidney twins.
Pretty much.
It's almost harvest time for potatoes. Yeah, potatoes are great.
Can't have potatoes. I can eat sweet potatoes.
Yep.
And
Okay.
parsnips.
I think I'm
And
done with this one.
turnips, but not potatoes.
Can you have cassava?
Probably. I can't have jicama.
Sweet potato fries, pretty good.
Sweet potato fries are awesome. That is literally where 90% of my carbohydrate is coming from currently.
Nice.
I was thinking something different. I was thinking of yuca because I've had yuca fries and they're really good. They taste just like potatoes.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, but yuca is also, it's basically sweet potato, isn't it?
Path of the Giant
No,
Nailed Red
Nope,
Bearded
I'm getting it
Half
mixed up.
Giant.
I'm thinking taro.
All right.
Oh yeah, taro chips are awesome. Taro fries are also awesome.
So
I need to
poisonous.
plant my stuff this weekend, so that's probably gonna be my weekend plan is garden
Only
potatoes.
leaves are poisonous.
All right, big
And-
bearded half giant.
And it's not the type of poison that will kill you. It's just the type of poison that will make you lie screaming in agony for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Is that the kind that makes you poop?
Taro? No.
No.
It's specifically it's don't ask me why I know this, but I do. It's specifically a toxin called oxalic acid.
Okay.
It's not actually toxic, but it does cause like basically internal chemical burns.
It also can create kidney stones
Oh,
in high enough concentrations.
Yeah, there's oxalic acid in tons of stuff. I
Mhm.
believe there's
Lots in energy drinks and soda.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And spinach too has a
Yep.
fair amount, right?
Yep, spinach. Lots of like the really hearty green things.
Yeah.
Which sucks because that's what I'm supposed to eat.
Yeah. Well, you can cook a fair amount of it out. So taro is fine to eat if you cook it. You just can't have it raw.
Let's grow wild
Yeah.
edible mushrooms. Nice.
Apparently yucca, fried yucca, is the same as cassava. So I just like, oh, okay. Which is something you do have to process to eat because it has cyanide in it.
Well, I mean, cashews are kind of the same thing too.
Yeah.
Super poisonous if you don't actually cook the seeds. Although I guess cashew fruit is not bad.
Yeah, the cashew apple.
This is to be a thick boy. Not chunky, just
Oh.
thick.
Going for the chungus.
You know those like world record bodybuilders
Mm-hmm.
that just like they just
Yeah.
solid. They don't have
yeah.
they don't have a lot of definition. They're just super solid.
The especially the guys who do like Olympic lifting training, like
They don't waste any time for trying to look at the definition. They just want the muscles to be functional.
yeah,
Right.
it's strength training right now, bodybuilding.
What was that sport? There was some sport that dealt with logging and using big stumps for like
Caber tossing?
crosses. Well, I mean that's in there, yeah.
How do you come up
Yeah,
with
like,
accents for your characters? That's a good question. I usually try to think of like if I'm making a character someone that is close to them, and then I just steal that voice. Like I think of like movies and cartoons, and just like, well, what is this character? You know, draw from that.
I don't do accents very much, but like I work around what I know I can do. So it's usually like I'll contort my mouth and see if I can come up with a voice for them. My experience is that funny voices are easier to commit to than like serious voices, especially when you're working with a real world accent.
Yeah, I've also discovered that I hate accents. I don't know what it is. It's just like there's a cringe factor when people try to pull off an accent that's like super different from their normal one. Like there are actors that you can't tell, right? Like they have spent time and effort and practice into perfecting that. That's amazing. That's totally fine. But for the unless you're actively saying like, hey, I'm gonna practice this accent with this character, it just feels weird to me. It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just picky, but I'm not a big fan of people doing accents for their characters. Called character reading, something you learn in voice acting. Yeah, I don't know. I specifically I like voices, but I think the accents are the part that bother me. Which I know it's a very finicky. What is I think Jump Rope has said this. I just hate fun, which could be the case.
Or have different definitions of fun. Yeah.
I will never stop somebody from doing an accent, but I'm not a big fan. And it might be for me, especially the Scottish accent on dwarves. It's you don't really need that.
Yeah.
It's contextually a little strange to me because why do they sound like a real accent? You should try to make something up.
Because Gimli has a red beard.
Yep.
That's Scottish accent. Vaguely Scottish.
Okay, that's a shadow mushroom for sure. It's even casting darkness.
Ew.
Darkness. Sometimes it's just how one sounds, but how they speak based on their temperament, how fast and slow, and how much they enunciate their words. Yeah, and that's the voices are great. If you can really nail down how a character talks, that's one thing. But I don't think you need to be oh, this person's from this small town, and it's yeah. That town doesn't exist in this universe, so that's weird that they sound like that.
Yeah.
Contextualize, I guess.
The HB I have not. I have never had a chance to play a Myconid or a Leshy. Mostly I just draw them because they're fun. I have considered, because I've got so many Myconids now, I'm recycling mushrooms. I have considered switching my warm-up to Veggie-Pygmies instead.
Just make a whole city in your next campaign.
This is where the plant folk live.
Yep. We are all the same. Just
Yeah.
they're all different mushrooms, but they all have the same hello, my name's Kyle, and then you go into the next shop over. It's welcome back. What do you mean welcome back? It's oh, sorry. I get a little confused sometimes. My name's Kyle. It's oh god.
Oh right, individuality. My name's
Blacksmith
Daniel?
Kyle. I think that'd be pretty cool to have the whole like town of mushroom folk. I once had a super Japanese character styled like nephew of a Yakuza mob. Like, I read that weird. Yakuza mob boss. For a cyberpunk-like campaign, the rest of the party is introduced to him stepping out of the limo. See, that makes more sense if the person is in our, like... Cyberpunk is essentially, like, our world, right? Except that it's in the future and has a weird city. I'm old Greg! Yeah. Old Greg is a good voice.
Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. Doc and Shu from the Avatar show?
Yeah. In season 3, when they're in that town on the polluted river, Doc and Shu are the same old man.
Oh, that's right.
To be different merchants.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yep, that joke, but with
He
mushrooms.
swaps hats.
You want to know that? You'll have to talk to my brother Shu. Be careful though. He's a little crazy.
All of my weapons are... Are you doing another one, Drew, or are you done for the day?
I think I'm done.
Okay, I'm gonna move my guy over then a little bit.
Yeah.
Keep a big old axe. More axe. There we go. Oh! Tried to click on something and I still don't have my depth perception back.
Elven hair Doc and Shu are only great for changelings if they forget to change and are just a changeling who thinks they've changed into a different person.
Yeah, sorry, Kim, I don't get the... Oh, we had a Boston accent? Okay. Phone call. More cucumbers. What time is it here? 2:30? I think this is probably the last one we're going to do. Oops. Doc, Shu, and Dave. I did. What was it? What were those names? Bo Bidley and Billy Bo.
Yeah.
That was funny.
The two brothers that hated each other, but didn't. Yeah.
And what they essentially were the same person.
Yeah.
The only meaningful difference is one kept abyssal chickens and the other kept ducks.
Yep.
Yep.
One of them had really dirty feet because he owned a walking path, and the other one had really clean feet because he owned a dock. And that was their contention in life.
He thinks he's so great because he owns the path.
You filthy footed idiot.
That asshole always lording his freaking dock over me.
Yeah.
I don't want your nasty foot water.
Yeah, I've never played a changeling. I've played a doppelganger before, though. Very interesting backstory on that one.
Okay, I think that's where we're going to call it. I think that's probably good.
Wow, it's already 2:30.
Yeah, we did a long stream today, which is good. I think we're good in places. Let's see if there's anybody to raid. We'll go take off for the day. Tomorrow, I will most likely be working on some commission stuff. Hopefully the video will be completely finished and cleaned up tonight. I'm going to redo some of the artwork just because I can. I will not be releasing it tomorrow because I'll be at the doctor. So we'll probably release it Friday morning and then do the live stream afterwards. And then we'll just keep trying to redirect everybody to the video during the live stream. But we'll finish up this. We have 19 more suggestions for this week. So we'll do those on Friday here on YouTube. And tomorrow we'll probably be on Twitch if I feel okay after the doctor. And that's all I got. That's what we're doing. So thanks again, everybody. I'm going to talk to Dalcor, but I'm going to be setting up the Discord membership. So that way people can get access to the Patreon stuff without having to join the Patreon. Because the Patreon is, I get it, it's weird. So if people want to do that through Discord, that'll just unlock the Patreon section. Otherwise, that's all the stuff I got going on today. I got another coloring book page done. That is accessible now for the Patreon members and the YouTube members. And that's all. That's all I got. Let's see where... How did I lose this? It's here somewhere. There it is. Thanks again for hanging out today. Thank you for all the wonderful suggestions. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, everyone. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table. We'll get you next time. Bye.